to the NYXUS podcast, guys. 100 time. I just said this line 100 times in a year and a half. Thank you so much for being here with me to celebrate this. Chaos. Told you guys.
Chaos.
As soon as we hit live, chaos.
Chaos.
Hey, that sounds like my house.
Yeah.
Welcome.
It's been rough. He's grounded.
Welcome to our house. This is mine and Sarah's chaos every week. Usually on a Friday,
Yep.
but tonight on Wednesday because 100 episodes.
I have 3. It's the same here too.
I think it's a common noise. Either that or dogs, right, Mark?
Nope.
One dog, yeah, one dog.
Rob.
Who's sleeping like a baby.
If it's not the kids, it's the dogs. Encircled Throne, we got a seat for you. I sent you a link, so whenever you want, hop in. All familiar faces, all people that have been here, that have been around. Guys, thank you for coming. We'll go and try to introduce ourselves. Start with my co-host.
Oh, hi, I'm Sarah from Haunted Photography. I am a photographer, and I co-host the show here with Mel.
And she's a kick-ass photographer, guys. Seriously.
Oh,
if you guys are looking for shots and you're around where she is, make sure to message her. I'm not sure. Juan and Sarah are kind of close, but I'm not sure how close you guys are. Because geography is not my thing.
Yeah.
Chesapeake, Virginia, so. Not,
I'm down in Buchanan County, Virginia.
okay.
Probably closer to.
Complete other
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
They're both in
I'm
Virginia.
closer to Dave Boyd. Yeah. It's Virginia, but there's so much space in between Virginia. But no, I'm close to Dwayne. I've worked with him 2 or 3
I
times.
learned how big Texas was, and it blew my fucking mind. So, blew my mind.
Texas is big.
We got
Never
Rob.
been, but I know it's big. Go, Rob.
All right. Well, I'm Rob from Concert Junkies, Rob and John YouTube.
Me and
I'll
Rob.
go next. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead,
Go
Juan.
ahead. No, go ahead. What's up?
Me and Rob met, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I think.
Something like that.
I was in a band and Rob was interviewing me, so it's nice to have, connections from so far back still being around.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm Juan from Let the Day Perish.
Hey, girl.
Hey, we're just doing a little round of introductions, so you're not too late.
All right, I'm D. Boyd of the Ziggurats. We are creators of Mythos Metal Madness.
Nice. I'm Keith, and I am the founder-composer of Nightfall.
I'm Mark, and I'm not a musician in any way, shape, or form. I own the House of Horror, which is a horror movie site, and 1/3 of the Fear podcast, which we do monthly. And I'm not anywhere near any of you guys, I don't think.
No,
No, it doesn't
I'm in-
like it.
I'm in Bristol in the UK, where it's currently 11 minutes past midnight.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
and he's here
I
with
had
us.
to attend.
Yeah.
I'm not staying for long because I've got to get up for work in 7 hours, but I'm gonna stay for a bit and show some love.
Yay.
And then we
Everybody
have
go?
Amy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I didn't know it was my turn. I'm Amy Gould from Eden on Fire.
and Amy is here also just for a little bit because she has another interview at 8 o'clock. Very
Same here.
busy lately. Yes,
Yeah.
Rob too.
A little bit.
Very busy. A lot of awards going on. A lot of we'll talk about that because Eden on Fire is kicking ass right now.
We're having fun. It's been really exciting.
I'm happy to hear that. I know we have Let the Day Perish. I have a song that we're gonna play that nobody's heard before. So I appreciate you sending it this way.
No problem at all. We love you, so
I
We'll do anything,
appreciate
for you
that.
guys. Well, almost anything.
Right?
Aw.
I was talking with everybody earlier, and Juan was actually episode 2 of the
Right.
NYXUS podcast. If you guys have a chance to go back and listen to the blubbering mess that I was back then, oh my God, a lot. We came a long way, very
Yeah.
long way.
Weren't you like on like some pain meds and had a jacked up back or something like that at the time?
Can you believe that my arm was messed up and I was getting ready to do this episode and I am back on pain medicine because my arm is jacked up again? So
Hey, you got to keep it
Oh my
consistent,
God.
right?
exactly. I mean, the guys. I was so blessed that day that these guys were on. You ask a question and these guys could talk for like ever. So I'd ask a question, then mute myself and go for about 10 minutes while they were talking.
I kind of love that. Actually, I kind of love those interviews. Honestly,
Same. A lot of the interviews on the podcast are that way, and I'm blessed with that because it's always a big conversation. It's not the Q&A. It's my favorite interviews are just the ones where you don't use your list, you kind of just lose control of everything and it all goes to shit.
honestly, I don't ever have a list.
I have a guideline because
Whatever comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth.
yeah,
Have you
well,
seen any of my stuff? I don't.
I have a
yeah.
guideline because Mel will be like, "Okay, Sarah, go," and I'm like, deer in headlights.
she's not ready at all, and I can see
But
it in
yeah.
her face. I have to admit, Sarah, sometimes I do it on purpose, and I'm sorry, I love you.
It's
But I can
fine.
see her.
I'm
She's kind
learning.
of like starting to like, and I'm like, okay, Sarah, you go ahead. She's like, huh? Oh shit. Okay, hold on.
If I have a female
Usually-
co-host, I let them go first.
That's
I
nice.
usually have shit written down and then it's never
Thank you so
relevant.
much.
So I'm always like here
Yeah.
going, wait, let me get you that date.
Yeah.
Well, you guys like look
Yeah,
behind
that's
her.
how I'll
I
be.
love
Or
the
Mel will ask
behind
a
you.
question very similar to mine.
Yeah, all behind Amy is all flyers from shows.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow.
I feel like the first year, yeah.
I'd have to go back and watch the interview because I remember you had them in the interview when we did it. See how many more popped up since the interview.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't actually updated them, so we've got a lot more. I don't even think I can fit them over here now. We've done a lot more shows since, and this is like our first year's worth, I think. So,
That's
yeah,
amazing. That's
it's
great.
been
amazing.
fun.
That's great.
I bet you guys are doing big things.
Yeah, it's been great.
Welcome, guys. I can see that there's people here. Don't hesitate.
Good.
Talk with us. Shoot the shit. We're only here to mess around. Episode 100.
That's right.
I mean. Mark, we have a guest for one of our episodes. D. Boyd is
Awesome.
going to join us on one of the Fear podcast
Cool.
episodes.
Sounds good. Any
Yes,
excuse
yes.
for me not to talk as much.
Wow,
It's
yay.
always a welcome thing.
I appreciate it. Lurking is always great. Lurking is always
Sounds
great.
good to me. Yeah, I look forward to it. Be good.
Yep, anytime. Like I told everybody, anytime you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
want to hop on an episode, absolutely.
100%. Yeah, more to
And that,
marry.
that goes
Yeah,
for
awesome.
mine as well.
Absolutely. Hit up Rob for interviews.
Definitely.
Yeah, Rob's great. I've had the pleasure of co-hosting 2 or 3 with him. I really enjoy it.
I'm opening up what do you call it, coffee talk for June. We're just gonna talk industry and life topics.
Hmm.
So you're all more than
Hopefully
welcome
we
to
will-
come on.
Definitely.
I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. for
Hopefully we'll
June.
have more luck with that one.
Yep.
I already started the coffee, Rob. Let's go. So let's talk music.
Yeah, I had to
Who's got some releases? Who's got some music coming out?
We got one song next month, June.
Cool.
June.
I am
And we're going to
currently
be
in
playing
the-
that a little bit later.
hoping June we're gonna have an album.
Yay.
Nice. Very cool.
Here I am
Yeah, we're
asking for a
currently-
song, and Amy's like, yeah, hold on, I got an album.
Well, it's been a year and a half in the making, so
Awesome. I feel you on there. It took 2 years to get
That's
our
what you get.
It
Yeah.
takes time.
it
Yeah,
does.
we got We're in the studio right now working on our
Okay.
third updated release of Plague of the Pallid Mask. So we're already well deep into that right now.
Very cool.
We
can't
have Nightfall has War Cries is going to be hitting streaming on the 24th of this month.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
So we got
Yeah,
Rob
I can-
Volkov saying hi. Rob, bring your
What's
butt
up?
on the show.
What's up, Rob?
I
Rob's
mean,
my
Yeah.
Rob
boy.
and
He looks a
Rob
little
and
anonymous.
Talking
Come on,
about
guys.
The
the
Robs.
time it takes to do the albums. We an hour. It's been a year and a half getting this first album out. We're like ready to go back in and do a whole nother album's worth now, it feels like. So it's been like, it's sort of an ongoing, I mean, it's a good problem to have, but yeah, it's a lot.
Staying in the studio is an awesome thing. I love getting in there and just putting out music and putting out music.
Yeah.
It's really cathartic.
Yeah.
It truly
I have
is.
nothing but time while I'm recovering from my surgery, so all I've been doing is writing lyrics and coming up with tunes.
Well, stay at it. Stay at it.
Yeah.
And I've been bleeding black for a year and a half, solid, well, almost 2 years now, of just constantly recording and constantly playing out. It's been awesome.
That's awesome.
Yes, if you guys follow Keith Nightfall, you have seen that he's went through major surgery. So for him to be sitting here and to be sitting last weekend through that Fear episode that we did the
Incredible.
whole time.
Incredible.
My man.
I had spinal
What you have
cervical
done?
surgery. So they had to do work on my C2 vertebrae all the way down to my T1. It was a 12-hour surgery that I was under for.
Like a month ago, right?
Jesus.
Yeah, less than a month. Actually, today would mark a month. 4 weeks would be today.
Wow.
Mojo!
It's a 3 to 4 month recovery to be able to be semi-normal, and 6 to 12 month recovery to finally start to really get back to normal.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh,
But there he is, just sitting there talking with us like a fucking champ. I mean,
No pain, no gain.
There you
do
go.
it.
We were
Now,
expecting
now you're talking.
to sit in for 5-10 minutes. He did the whole 2 hours.
Right? I was expecting just Scarlett to be there with us for the rest of the show, but
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Push through. Because yes, we
That's
do have a
insane.
fourth.
what a
We have a
champ.
fourth host of Fear podcast now, which is Keith's daughter.
Yeah.
Which has educated
My-
me on the
she-
Conjuring.
she-
So
She's 8 years old, and she watches all horror stuff. Anything that has too much nudity in it, no, we're not going to do that. But
Right.
she'll watch The Conjuring, Scream, Walking Dead, all that stuff.
Very
She puts
cool.
me to shame.
Oh, yeah.
She puts my knowledge to shame in no time.
when she talked about the eyes
Yeah,
on Saturday, I could
I've
see
just
Mark
got
going, I don't know.
Lost me. Yeah, lost me completely. Put me to shame.
She's like,
I
did
was
you notice
expecting-
this? I'm like, wow,
Oh my god, let my daughter come on.
that is such a
Anytime.
detail.
My
Anytime,
13-year-old is she would. She loves horror movies. We just watched something called The Babadook, and it's one of those
Mhm.
psychological
Yeah, it's good.
things.
That was a good
Oh.
movie.
Yeah,
The kid in that movie.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was.
Oh,
The kid in that movie.
I hated him,
I know,
and then
the
I felt
mother's
so
acting.
bad for him. I'm like,
I know, I still hate him. I hated
Yeah.
him and then continue to hate him, and
I
I,
don't
still
know.
hate him.
But I'll need a virtual high five from Scarlett. I have watched The Conjuring 2.
Have
So
you?
I-
Go and
I'm
sit
doing-
over here.
I'm doing my
Liam
homework.
We've seen all of
Doing
them.
my homework.
We're horror buffs over here, so those are kind of like my
Cool.
favorite horror genre.
Cool.
I'm much more of a cosmic horror, John Carpenter, The Thing, Event Horizon, In the Mouth of Madness, those kind of things.
I watch
Mel,
it all.
hold
My,
on.
sins.
Hold on. Mel, have you watched Event Horizon? Because
Guarantee she hasn't. I guarantee
No,
she
you
hasn't.
told me I can't watch it. We have to watch it live.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, we did. We did say that, to be fair.
We want
We
her
did
to
say that.
watch Event Horizon live because we need the reaction.
We did say that.
Live reaction.
We did say that. I remember us saying that.
So I did not watch it. We're gonna have to take one
Okay.
week,
We'll have
we're
to
not
do
going to
2
be able
shows
to
1 month.
put it on. You know what I mean? We're not going to be putting it on the
you need
screen
to get on that.
because.
You need to get on that
but,
soon. That's an important movie.
in the next month, we'll do a live where I will literally sit there with you guys and we'll just watch
Hilarious. I can't wait.
it.
Awesome.
You'll
Can't
get my
wait.
live
Brilliant.
reactions. While we were talking, I added Mojo. Mojo, go ahead and introduce yourself to these people.
I am Circle Throne. I am the vocalist for Shovel Monster, and I run my studio, Mojo Studios MS.
He's a busy man.
Where's the shovel? I know you got one.
Where's the yeah, of
Oh,
course.
the shovel man.
Never too far.
She
Too
does.
far. Right now, it's with the Alma's drum set, the picture from Forever May Fall.
Yeah.
There's a shovel.
There it is.
See,
It's
I am
there
a tiny
somewhere.
shovel monster.
Nice.
It's one of the best piece of merch, guys. I mean,
Yes, it
I
is.
love merch,
Okay.
but this, when I saw this, I was like, this is fucking brilliant.
Let's go.
Brilliant. Everybody needs a tiny shovel. And now when we walk around in the stores, Monkey sees tiny shovels and he says, Nini, it's a shovel monster.
Nice.
Oh, how cute.
Well, Rob said this is a stacked live. Well, you're supposed to be sitting with us, my friend. So whenever you want to join us, join us.
Yeah, jump on in.
So Fear Podcast, everybody's invited. If ever you guys want to hop on, talk about horror movies. I mean, I pretty much just sit there and like kind of react to stuff. These two are like, I disappear sometimes. I'm like, Dad, I'll just go get myself a drink.
Mark and I can go forever on horror movies back and forth.
Yeah, it's true. I don't play any instruments, so I've got nothing else to offer.
I got you
Oh, I
covered
know.
on that too.
I mean,
wanna
I know
join in.
everybody sees like reviews for horror movies and stuff, but Mark has a very different approach. So
Yeah.
make sure you follow him. Make sure you check the reviews.
Oh,
There's
thank
a
you.
lot of movies too. I mean, I slack off my social content. I'm like, I look at him going, I'm like, oh shit, I fuck.
His
Okay,
reviews.
I see you. Like he's very active. He's posting and it shows. His page grew crazy. You had that one post. It blew the fuck up. That what was
Yeah,
it?
I know.
Martyr?
The Martyrs, the Martyrs review went over like gangbusters, like up in the
Yeah.
thousands. I think the house has been open just over a year, and I'm about 30 or so followers short of 4,000. So, for what it is, it's not it's not huge numbers, but it's still pretty good.
That's pretty
Well, I'll
cool.
jump over there.
It's pretty good.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
thank you.
big numbers
wasn't
for all
expecting
of
that.
us.
Some of the fan pages I've seen.
No, you're too kind. You're way too kind. Yes, misspent youth that went into misspent adulthood. I've been watching horror movies since I was 10, I think.
Oh,
So
there's,
30.
there's nothing misspent
By
about
37
watching
years.
horror movies.
No, not true. The Exorcist at
horror
10.
movies
I
are
saw The
life.
Exorcist at 10 and I was done. That was it. I was hooked. But yeah,
I think my
come
first
join us. We have
horror
a
movie
we have
was
a
when I was
blast.
6.
6 was that?
I used to sneak to watch
I was
Poltergeist. I used to be so afraid, and now I look at Scarlett and she's like, "Yeah, watch The
Scarlett's a
Conjuring." Man,
warrior.
I'm like,
Poltergeist is still pretty scary. I mean, you know.
Holds up. Holds
Yeah.
up.
I
Amanda
agree.
put a
showed-
huge
listen,
mirror, and I know
I
she's
showed-
listening.
I showed that one to Scarlett, and at the end of it, she was like, "Dad, that really wasn't that scary."
What, Poltergeist? What, she wasn't scared of Poltergeist or Conjuring?
Yeah, not at all. She was not scared
Nothing.
of Poltergeist at all.
Dude, Poltergeist is such a good movie.
She
I
loves
grew up in the
Conjuring.
80s, and that gave me horror nightmares when I was a kid.
Oh, it's fantastic. And I showed her The Exorcist too, and that didn't
Yeah.
even freak her out.
Well, if
Every
you
kids are
don't have
numb.
faith, The Exorcist doesn't hit the same.
Yeah. I rewatched the new Poltergeist, and I didn't hate it. It was an interesting new spin, but the old one is still my stand. You know.
Yeah, the new Poltergeist. The part that got me the most was when the squirrel jumped out of the wall upstairs.
Yeah.
I mean, of the entire movie, that scared me the most out of it.
the natural thing.
Yeah. The jump fright.
Yeah.
Had to put a huge
I think my
mirror,
daughter's
and I know
first
you're
horror
listening.
movie was The Possession,
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
but Tira was watching The Possession. She was 2.
The Sam Neill
She
Possession.
started young, which I grew up on. Huh?
Was the
Which one?
Possession starring Sam Neill from the
It was
early
the one that
80s?
came out. Oh no, this was the newer one.
No, okay. I was going to say, wow, that's
It was still pretty scary for a
really
2-year-old.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I think we're talking about the
Film
one
is
with the girl in the box.
brutal.
I watched
That
things
is
like
brutal.
Well, I think that we're close enough
you
to
know,
at
it's
least.
the newer one.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
That's the joy of this. It's like we're the Brady Bunch right now, and we're all talking.
Everybody has a lag.
How you doing,
lag.
I think we're close enough that I can divulge this now. We're getting ready to release a new video, and it's horror themed. So hopefully, while we're on the theme of horror here,
There we go.
Amazing.
There we go. Well, I was watching The Conjuring with my 3-year-old, and he's loving it, right? And we're like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, fine." You like it? No. But he keeps watching it. Amanda's rearranging the room. She puts a huge mirror in the living room. And this kid's going, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm playing with my friend." I said,
Oh
you gotta take that fucking mirror out. Out.
Oh no.
It's still there.
That reminds me
I
of our
didn't win.
Halloween
It's still
episode.
there.
I think she just likes
Alright,
messing with you.
What's up,
But
Rob?
I'm gonna out myself on here. I'm really not a horror person, but what is the movie you suggest for somebody that doesn't really watch that to start watching?
I mean,
The
it
Void.
depends. Do you like a lot?
The Void.
Would you like? Is blood a big no? Is
No,
like
I mean no.
slasher more than poltergeist movie? There's so much.
Alien.
No,
There you go. See.
no,
There's
no,
a-
Alien's reasonable.
no. Like I've seen Alien, but I'm just saying like
Well, there you go. That's
The-
The Void.
The Void.
The Void.
The Void.
they're telling me
No,
Event
You're
Horizon.
skipping a
they
few
keep
jumps
telling me.
there.
I'm inclined to be a smartass and say Goosebumps, but
I'm old enough that
Yeah.
when that first came out. Like I mean, it's not that I
Me too.
haven't seen things. It's
Yeah.
just not my go-to.
Well,
So, like,
that's cool.
slasher movie for me, House of a Thousand Corpses. I mean, that Firefly family is for me is it. That's
Yeah.
that's for
Yeah.
slasher.
you know it's a good one that's kind of has a little comedy in it. It's an older one, but The Frighteners with Michael J. Fox. It's
Yeah.
That's a
kind of
great
that
movie.
scary.
Peter
That's a
Jackson.
great.
Yeah,
Jackson.
that might be a good one.
Yeah, no, it's a great
Well,
movie.
like,
It's
I
tongue-in-cheek
know
enough.
I know about things, so if I can say you brought it up in a conversation, I would know what you're talking about and maybe ask a few questions. But like, it's not my
Yeah.
go-to. Like, I
What's
try to
your
be
kind
very.
of movie?
I'm like Nicolas Cage, Adam Sandler. I mean, if I don't really watch movies at all. Normally, I have music on 24/7. Wherever I am, there's always music on. Or
Yeah.
If you want to listen to a horror movie, Shovel Monster's Dead
Yeah.
and Gone album is literally a horror movie that I wrote out.
That's
Any
cool.
King Diamond.
Really? I'd love to hear that.
There
Oh,
you
yeah.
go. You get
Oh
Yeah, I'd
yeah.
love to hear that. Seriously.
The concept of it, you've got there's eight songs. One is a narrative, so 9. 4 of them are the victim's names, so that's their point of view, what they're dealing with, and how they deal with the death. The other 4 that are like actual names, like Buried or Bludgeoned, are from the antagonist, Shovel Monster. It's from his point of view, so you get both sides from the monster and the victim.
Cool.
It's
Yeah,
a
I'd
whole
love to hear
big
that.
concept we did. We just dropped a 3-song EP that follows the Shovel Monster finding a high school bully, torturing and killing him through 3 songs.
Okay.
Fantastic.
If you want to listen to horror,
Well, it sounds like
we,
fun to
we
me.
like to do that.
You got me. You sold me.
Shovel Monster is brutal.
I got called by one reviewer the Freddy Krueger of metal vocals.
Why?
Okay.
Nice.
Oh wow.
I mean,
For some reason, I remind him of what Freddy Krueger would sound like if he screamed.
I mean, we can make you guys listen to my favorite, which is Bludgeon. You guys want to hear a little bit of Shovel Monster?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
Have at it.
Yeah.
Dope. That's dope.
Nice.
There you go.
That was
Pretty cool.
awesome.
Some
I dig that.
Shovel
Applause.
Monster.
That was
Yeah.
I have a
brutal.
slight issue though that now I have to go
I
to
love
bed in a moment and try and sleep after listening to that. It's not going to work.
I mean, that's
That was
bedtime
great.
music for me. That's.
I know, right?
that's-
How you unwind.
I go to bed listening to that in my head, and then I wake up and it's like rah rah rah. As soon as I open my eyes in the morning, it's,
It's a good way to start the day.
There you go.
right?
Very cool.
Yeah, that was good.
So that was some
really
Shovel
good.
Monster. I mean, Mojo's been there pretty much since almost day one. He followed me through the radio journey, through the Discord journey, through the ever changing of the NYXUS podcast, which I'm still here, so I'm
That's
guessing
right.
I
That's
did
right.
something right.
Self
Yeah.
five.
Heck yeah.
Virtual high five to myself.
Bam.
I'll give you one too.
One, when is the song coming out?
So sometime in June, middle to end of June, but it is coming out in June. I don't have a exact date yet, and so we're actually waiting on some art for it. So
And you've kept us waiting long enough.
we did,
because-
man. So like,
long.
and
so
we had
long.
such a good a good start, but we had so many issues. Like 2023 was just a bad year for all the members in our band. We were just all going through a lot of things, a lot of personal issues, and they all kind of hit at one time, and it was really heavy and it was really challenging, and so we all had to really dig deep and take control of our lives and who we are and stuff like that. But we kept writing, but it was nowhere near at the pace or intensity that we wanted to. and then on top of that, like while all that was going on with Let the Day Perish, which was kind of like, for me, it was like heartbreaking. I was like, oh man, I want to spit some more music out. We need to get music out. And on the flip side, while everybody was doing their thing and trying to take care of their lives, their home lot, their personal lives, I was getting a lot of offers to collab. And so towards the summer, spring and summer of last year, 2023, we collabed with Testimony of Apocalypse. I was able to,
Really?
which I've never sang on, like, as a singer.
Yeah.
So they said, hey, you know what, this is the situation with us. We're looking to do an album with some guest singers, every single song guest singers, which one of those guest singers is now their permanent singer, which is cool. Awesome engineer, Derek Corzine out of Texas. Awesome dude, phenomenal musician. But I was able to they gave us one song to do. And so me and my brother, Jose, that sings for Let the Day Perish, wrote half the lyrics, and I wrote the chorus line, and then I winded up singing all of it in my studio, then sending them the tracks to their engineer and producer, and they used it and they loved it. And then so after that, they, like a couple weeks later, they were like, hey, Juan, you want to do another song? I was like, sure, I'll do it. And so I did another song. So the fall of 2023, I was able to, put out feature guest vocal on Testimony of Apocalypse's their last album, The Offering. So that was exciting for me. And if you don't know nothing about Testimony, I'm an old man. I've been around a minute, and so these guys were some of the members of this band in the '90s called Sacrament. And so it was kind of like an honor to be part of. They're OGs, man, in my book, man. They're legends in my book, and so it was kind of cool to be able to work with them, and not only just to work with them, but build like a mad bond, like a friendship with these guys. And so so even though it was a year last year, it kind of ended on a high note for me. And we started working with some up and coming country artists it's really cool, actually. So I got to work with those guys, and they have a new album coming out here soon that I actually sing on, a country song. So it's kind of, I'd like to tell you more about that, but y'all just have to wait till it comes out. But I get to do some singing. So like, there's my debut of being a country singer for a minute, Yeah. But
like,
love it.
When you say country, do you mean like Beyonce country or real country?
Rob, I love you, man.
Like yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, or
it's like yippee-ki-yay, bring up moonshine, and banjo and stuff like that. Hey, look, when I heard the song, it's actually really funny. When I heard the song, they were like, "Yo, you guys, we want you to scream. We need some screaming." And I'm like, "Screaming?" And I was like, so when they set the song, as soon as it started playing, I was like, and then all of a sudden, this huge grin on my face. I was like, oh yeah, I want this thing. So, and they said, we want you to do your Let the Day Perish stuff. I was like, all right, bet, it's on, and so we were able to, they let me do a little more than what I anticipated, because I was, it was cool. So I can't wait till that song comes out, man. I can't wait till that song releases, and I think that's releasing here. I want to say in a month or so, maybe less. I don't know, but
awesome.
So it was cool. It was fun, to say the least, man. So
yeah, that's really cool.
Super cool.
But yeah, and another thing too, like this year, I'm hoping this year is going to be like a good year for us. And while this whole past year being just really slow and really working out other issues, family issues and personal issues, man, it's like you can go through the storm, man, but like the peace at the end of that storm when it all settles out is like unreal. And so like, starting this year, a lot of other music opportunities that I can't say, that I had to actually sign like non-disclosure agreements for, but that I was able to be picked up for working with like really big artists, bigger artists that
require non-disclosure agreements.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Right.
and so I'm excited about that. I'm excited for that to get out.
It's crazy. I'm like a mama with this podcast. Every time I see one of you guys doing something, accomplishing something, being proud of yourself, and then my chest puffs out, and I'm all like, proud mama, like, look at them go, like, look at them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible to see everybody just with the drive, the determination, everything, like nothing, like Juan's story. I mean, you guys could have just decided to stop. Just say,
we almost did.
You got to push forward. Got to push forward.
Man, but we're like, no, this is bigger than just writing music for us. And so, especially for me and my brother, it's like, I talk to him and some other musicians. I'm like, man, I'm thinking of throwing in the towel on Let the Day Perish, man. We just got so much going on. It's not going as I wanted it to and anticipated, and something in my heart and talking to people, they're like, man, whatever you do, we're good. We'll support you, but you shouldn't, I'm like, okay, I get it. So the answer is no, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep pressing on. So, no, but it makes it easy when you're surrounded by people like you guys, a community. And Melanie, I'm not to blow your head up, but like, you're like one of the first podcasts we had just after releasing, within 5 months of releasing that. And you guys were actually the very first non-Christian group that ever allowed us to like be interviewed and share our music, and it was actually freaking awesome, and so so it was really cool. So we give you we hold you in high regards, Melanie, man. You've been kick ass and just an awesome supporter of music and lover of music and lover of people, man. And so we're grateful to you, for real. We're grateful to you.
Well, you guys took a chance on me too. You guys were there episode 2. Like, I could have been a bust. It could have been, but it's Oh, hey, look at her, God complex and all. Stop calling me out in front of people.
You always have to push on with your bands, though, and you're going to run into rough times. And over 25 years in the ziggurat, with we've had 2 essential breakups where we've gotten back together 3 years later or 6 years later. Just pushing forward and keeping at it. In the end, it pays off a lot. Sometimes you don't get the sculpture you want immediately out of the stone, but you got to keep working it and keep chiseling it, and it eventually pays off and comes to fruition. So I'm glad you're sticking with it.
Yeah. Thank you. And that's some good words to live by, man. Yeah.
I'll agree.
Mine's circle pros for 60 years.
I'll agree. The tough times is what makes for the best material.
Absolutely.
If it was easy, everyone would go, right?
I don't want to cut everybody off, but I'm going to have to cut everybody off for a few minutes. I know Rob's getting ready to leave us soon, and Amy's getting ready to leave us soon because she has her interview. Before you leave, Amy, what happened with the awards? Did you guys win? Is it still going on?
It's still going on. So it is the ISA Awards. What happened was it was a basically public vote to get us narrowed down. So now it's going to be voted on by judges. So we made the top 30 for best single by a band for our song Broken. So it's really cool because it's an international award. So we're really excited about it. We're up for national award. They have international, national. So in August 24th in Georgia, there'll be a ceremony and we'll find out if we made the cut. So we're really excited about that.
Keep me updated. Keep me updated. And Rob is getting ready right now to go do his podcast. Who's your guest tonight, Rob?
Nova Omega.
Awesome band. Cool. I just wanted to make sure that we had some time to, say bye to you guys and not just...
Thank you.
Sarah had to leave, by the way. She had a little family emergency. Everything is well, but she had to go.
I wasn't going to Irish goodbye, but I want to thank you for having me, and 100 more episodes coming out of you soon, hopefully.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you. You're a big
And-
inspiration. Rob is
Thank
like,
you.
I look up to him. He's had some pretty cool fucking guests on this show that I'm like, okay.
And hopefully more to come. I appreciate that.
Dying Oath. Another amazing band. I wish you guys could be here too, but we'll catch you guys on another episode for sure. For sure.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mel. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I could pop in for a little bit. Nice
Come back.
hanging out with all you Brady kids tonight. It's a good time.
And for Amy, my door is open if you want to come on.
Oh, hey, thanks, Rob. I'd love to.
Yeah, just message me or get my information from Mel.
Okay,
right,
will do.
right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And
5 bands.
apparently the other Rob wants to jump in, so I actually have to jump out. So bring the other Rob in.
Yeah, I told him whenever he wants to come in to jump in. So.
Rob for Rob. A
I
Rob
will
for
talk
Rob.
to you.
A Rob for Rob.
I will talk to you all soon. Have a great
Love you
night.
guys too.
All right.
Take it easy, man.
All right, I got to
See you
run
guys.
too. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you sometime soon.
See ya.
I'll see you on the
Bye,
webs.
Good luck to you guys in Georgia.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, really.
Thank you. Bye.
Whoa, they were 6.
And then there were 6.
We're gonna say Mark is gonna be leaving us too soon. So.
Yeah, I'll be gone in 10 minutes or so.
He's burning the midnight oil.
Yeah, I got about the same amount of
It's
time
well
to make
past,
too.
it's well past the midnight at this point.
Keeping it real. You're keeping it real.
We do
He's
the
Come on, Rob.
trooper. He's a trooper,
We do-
especially during the Fear podcast, because he's
Yeah.
up until like 1, 2 in the morning with us.
Yeah,
on
it's
that.
later than that. Yeah, it's like closer to 3 by the time we finish up and stuff.
And there's the other Rob.
It's all good.
Hello, other Rob.
Hey,
Hello, everyone. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, how's everyone going? Congratulations. More first order of business. Congratulations to Melanie.
Thank you, Rob.
I'm so happy to see it. I want to step back and kind of. I'm a very vocal person. Obviously, yep. I'm a very vocal person, so I want to kind of step back and kind of listen to everybody else and like Eden on Fire and Rob and listen to Nightfall and a little bit of what's going on. I want to catch up because I feel like I've kind of stepped back from music for the past few years. So I've kind of been great to just kind of kick back and relax and kind of cheer people on as much as I can and see it. Like, obviously I talk to Melanie pretty frequently and I talk to Juan way too much. I'm just kidding. No, he's probably like, you see, he's like, yeah.
Yo.
He's like,
You put us in the room together. That's all
You've
she
heard-
wrote. Because you
you've
ain't
heard
gonna have no
Rob.
space. You ain't gonna have no time.
You've heard Rob's music at least 100 times.
I feel so bad. Oh,
The intro of my song. The
Oh.
intro of my
Oh,
song.
okay.
The intro of the podcast is made by Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, you have
Yay.
heard. I have no problem, Danny. Come in whenever you want. Just follow
Yeah,
the
totally.
link and come in. Yes, Sarah. Shout out to DJ Griffin from Valor Margulis, Joey McDaniel from Dying Oath,
Yeah.
And-
Happy birthday to you, everyone.
Patrick.
Birthdays.
Seed. Birthdays today.
Hello,
3
Tyler.
birthdays.
it's just a day of celebration.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Trying to keep up with everybody. So from time to time, you might hear me mute because like I'm here, like with my guitar below. Yeah, my guitar's right here. So like,
That's how we're
I'm
getting
like-
serenaded.
I wish.
Always. Oh, every time I talk with Rob, he always has that shield. That's what I call it.
It's
Shield.
it's a shield.
Yeah.
I call it
It's
I call it my
contagious.
security blanket.
It's contagious. I
Yeah.
saw Mojo grab one. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Just
And-
support
well,
that.
technically,
Dwayne.
Zimrod
Dueling
beats all
guitars.
of us. So, because he's got 2 of them. Like he's already
I
ahead of the
mean-
curve.
Hey, we could have
Yeah.
like Crossroads Part 2 here.
I mean, I could cut my
I
vocal
mean-
off, and you'll see about 6 behind me.
Like, see, look, there's a whole wall, literally a wall of guitars. If you can see far over there, it says you can never have too many guitars.
Mm.
I have,
Never had a
let's
guitar.
see, I have 2 basses, an acoustic, 6 guitars, actually 7. 3 7-strings, 1 8-string, 3 6-strings.
Serenaded, marinated.
A lot of guitars.
Yeah,
Marinated,
I
my
can't.
kind of party. Oh, that's funny.
Like, so like, this is my security blanket. So how's everybody doing? Because like I've heard Nightfall, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't know who Let the Day Perish is. I don't know too much about them, so it's okay. But I'll check them out later.
Get 'em
But
outta
I'm just
here.
kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. No, but I don't know too much about. I think I did see a little bit of the interview with the Ziggurat. Obviously heard of Nightfall, so you don't mind me asking what give me a little bit more of like. I'm sure everybody will also like to hear to give me more a little bit what your background is and like music or what you guys are doing. So I'm curious.
Me?
Well,
Or Zig?
Everybody.
Well, just whoever.
I
I think he wanted everybody.
Yeah,
in the round.
He just
exactly.
wants to
Everybody.
know, guys.
Well, as I said earlier, we're in the studio recording our third redo album, Plague the Pallid Mask. We're the Ziggurat. We sing about ancient horrors of Lovecraftian nature, occultism, horror movies, science fiction. A lot of our music is based in literature, and we just try to bring nightmares to life through heavy metal.
See, I'm on kind of the opposite end of the spectrum. We do a lot of fantasy based themes. So mine, instead of bringing nightmares, mine is more or less bringing kind of the fun and the fancy free, but also healing as well. There's a lot of fantasy themes, but if you actually pay attention to the music, the videos and stuff of what we do, there's a lot of underlying metaphors in the music. If you ever go to our Bandcamp and look at the album there, I have unique descriptions for each of the songs and what they mean, like the background. We also do stuff based in literature. Like one of our songs is based on the Three Musketeers called The Musketeer. One of our songs, Remember My Name, is a retelling of the Iliad from kind of like a musical theater point of view. So it's got like a narrator and it's got a guy singing as Achilles in the song. And I plan to kind of keep that the same. And then we also have a tribute song to the 80s called Waiting for You on the album, which is, not so much symphonic. It's just, hey, I decided that I wanted to do something that would tribute like Van Halen era 80s music.
That's really cool.
That's awesome. By the way, Keith, once again, speedy recovery. Hope you're well.
Thank you. Getting there.
So, by the way, it's kind of cool.
Finally off the pain medication. And let me tell you, after a month of being on that stuff, and it's the heavy duty stuff, the withdrawal of coming off of pain medication like that, holy crap.
Yes, no joke.
Yeah. I've had shoulder surgery and knee surgeries. Obviously that's not as severe, but man, that stuff is like, oof. Like it was one of those things that I'm not going to tell my personal story, but like when I had to be on those painkillers and like, I was young, so I was able to recover, but it was still like, I was still an athlete in high school. And that's when I had a meniscus tear, meniscus removal, and then what they call a Bankart reconstruction with this whole shoulder blade had to be like re-put back in place. So that was like a severe one where I pretty much spent a better part of a year's time in a cast or sling. So yeah, that was but after, and it was like one after the other. It was February of 2010, then August of 2010, then January of 2011. So like, and then obviously the injury that happened before that, which was about another 6 months prior before I can get into the hospital. So I spent like 18 months on pain medications, and it was really like, I had to like swear to myself off of it to like not go down a dark road. And unfortunately I kind of carried that dark road past that for a while. And then eventually about 25, I was like, it was okay. Not 25, 20. I had a couple relapses and I think the last time was 25, but like 21 was like, okay, I gotta stop. Cause that's serious.
Yeah.
I mean, people do. I mean, that's the thing people don't talk about. Like, yeah, you spend a year in like recovery and you're in pain. It's easy to get caught up on that stuff. But yeah, I mean, so my heart goes out to you, Keith. And it's not easy, man. And like I said, I know we all are here rooting for you for recover and ready for you to put up some of those magical, dreamy music things you're talking about.
More is coming. More is coming. I do have.
Awesome.
So I'm doing stuff for myself as well. So I've got an 11-piece orchestral album that will be released later this year when a game called Aspect Heroes gets released, because it was all made for that game. So
Oh,
I do
wow.
have
Oh.
that coming.
That's awesome.
So I do have that coming, and then we're currently in the studio. Well, I should say my collaborators are currently in the studio recording my song that I wrote for my dad while he was on hospice. So it'll be another heavy one like Farewell, but it's called Not Ready to Let You Go. It's a more of a piano acoustic. And then Adrian Jouadou, who does the voice of Achilles, will be voicing this particular piece for my dad.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's real. My heart goes out to you for that one. That's real.
Well, here we are talking
really
about
cool.
Nightfall and talking about Nightfall. Well, let's listen to some Nightfall. I'm gonna
Yeah,
play my
it's
favorite
perfect
song
timing.
because there's fucking dragons. So enjoy. Starfall.
Dragons are metal.
Fuck yeah.
So
fucking
freaking good.
dragons.
So freaking
Love
good.
it.
That was
Nice.
awesome.
Susie.
Amazing vocals. Amazing
Hey
vocals.
Mel, how are you doing? Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
That was sick.
Vocals are amazing.
Sadly, I am only toasting you with water, but
That's okay. I got coffee tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, that is the amazing Jessica Mercy of Anaria that sings that song, and Patrick Goebel plays guitars for me, and then I orchestrated everything.
Yeah. A lot of production. It's so good, man.
Thank
I
you.
love
Oh yeah.
I have like a I don't know, like a fetish for like melodic parts in heavy music, because I was raised on like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest and stuff like that, Dio and Black
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sabbath,
Yeah.
and so
Yes.
so when metal, especially like British metal, European metal,
Yep.
came out, it was so heavy in their time, but they always managed to have like that melodic vibe in there that kind of grabs your heart, you know what I'm saying? And like,
Oh yeah.
I love it, man. So shoot, I still add melodic stuff in our music, so it's something I can't do
You
without.
can't let go of it. Yeah, no, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I
for
grew
sure.
up with that. I grew up with that too, and I love the melodic stuff, and that's the reason why I do this style. Is because it allows you to put a lot of the melodic stuff in there while keeping it heavy, and the orchestra does actually make it heavier if you adding all those different instruments makes it louder.
Yeah, dynamics
Yeah.
too, man, and just the dynamics of it,
I
with
mean,
the orchestra.
not only that, but if you actually look at classical music, most of those guys were metal heads. I mean,
Yeah.
Mozart had parallel fifths and parallel octaves in the left hand on all of his piano parts. That was not allowed in classical music.
Nope.
Yeah, vocals don't have to be heavy metal at all.
That's right.
At all.
That's right.
No,
Guys, it's time for me to leave you, I think.
Mark, thank you for
Thank you.
Thank you for
It's been
being
a
here for
pleasure.
like an
Okay.
hour. It's like super
cool.
late for this guy.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Still good to meet you.
Appreciate it, man.
I'll sleep again at some point. It's not a problem. Mel, congratulations and thank you, because I'm only sat here because of Mel. Mel thanked me. I'm sat here. I have a podcast because of Mel. I was just some
That's awesome.
random dude writing horror movies, and
I
I'm
mean-
sat here with
Awesome.
all you talented, amazing people, and I literally write stuff. I'm never going to be anywhere near your guys' level in any sort of way. So
It was Halloween week.
no.
And I
It was
needed
Halloween
somebody
week.
that was that horror movie, and then I found Mark just scrolling through my Facebook, and really by luck, I wasn't looking for anything. He just like suggested, and I was like, Hathaway House of click. Hey, would you like to come on the podcast? And here we are.
Here we are.
Hey, real quick, Mark, real quick before you tip out. Hey,
Sure.
do you know Seth Matoyer?
Seth Matoyer.
He's the guitar player for a band called Mangled Carpenter. They're like death metal, like grindcore death metal. But he's
Okay.
also into horror movies and scores horror movies. I could be wrong, but I think he may have even worked for Sony at one time. I could be wrong.
Right.
Don't count that as the gospel or whatever.
make-
It's solid. But
I'll make a note.
but
Mate.
Seth Matoyer, look him up on Facebook.
We'll do.
Musician, and he scores a lot of horror movies.
Cool.
From what I understand, and an artist.
Amazing.
He draws and does horror art and stuff like that.
Cool. I'll check him out. I'll make a note of it now. Speaking of artwork, I know we're sort of backing onto ourselves, but just quick before I go, the artwork for the Nightfall album is incredible.
Yes.
The artwork in the Nightfall album is absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
It's
The cover,
interesting, it's sort of-
the cover art for.
I'm
for
sorry,
that-
guys.
I missed something.
Danny's here. That's all. That's it.
Danny's
That's it.
fucking caption.
Her
I'm
caption.
fucking
Your guess is
rolling.
as good as mine. Yes.
The cover
Let me help
artwork.
her out.
The cover artwork for the Nightfall album was done by a German artist called Thomas Uerhard, and he's done the cover artwork for bands like Avantasia, so he's like a pretty big deal. So we were able to secure him to do that cover artwork. All the rest of it, I did a lot of, and I will admit I used AI technology with Photoshop to make all of that happen, but all the rest of the artwork was me except for that cover.
it literally tells the story of the album.
Yeah.
Like you were saying about the Iron, like you said about the Iron Maiden. Obviously, I'm from England. I'm here in the UK, so I know that sort of thing. You look at the old, you go back far enough, Iron Maiden, etc. Their albums, the vinyl, even the CDs, the inners told a story.
Yeah.
They were flamboyant. They were colourful. It's the same thing. Honestly, when Keith sent me a copy of the album to listen to, we'd already looked at some of the artwork. I was blown away by the artwork, and then the music just backs it up. It's so cool, and I can't praise it enough. The whole album's superb. On that note, I'm going to leave you guys to it. Enjoy. Mel, congratulations. It's a pleasure as always. Thank you, everyone. It was lovely to meet you all. Hopefully, I'll see you again.
Bye, Mark.
See you guys. Bye.
See you, Mark.
Well, while we had a laughing fit, I'm gonna Danny Rose is in the house. This lady has a very special place in my heart because without her, this would not have happened. If you guys go back to the beginning of the NYXUS podcast, it was all done under Chaotic Rose. She's Chaotic Rose. We're chaotic. Unfortunately, well, I mean, not unfortunately. I'm the only one that kept going with all the podcasts and everything.
Yeah,
but Danny
no
is a lady of a
unfortunately to
million
it.
fucking projects. So, I mean, you know. What are we doing now, Danny? Book number 45?
So
Speaking of book, I think you and Susie should talk after. Because she also just finished writing something.
An opera.
Oh, hi. I'm classically trained, and I've sang opera since I was 2.
Nice.
Yeah. So
look at this. We're making connections.
We're making new friends.
Hell yeah. Let's see. I am halfway through edits on book number 2. I just finished and started optioning a poetry collection. Currently working on going back into music. So I've had 4 songs that I've finished writing that I'm working with music producers on, because I can dabble in instrumentals, but I can't write instrumental to save my fucking life, and I am wholeheartedly aware of that fact. And then I have started a new career. Just got promoted like a week ago, and so that has been taking a massive amount of my time. So,
well, congratulations on the promotion.
And what do you do in your spare time again?
I don't know. I keep getting told I should remember what sleep is, but that bitch and I ain't been friends for decades.
Nope. What is sleep? I don't know what is sleep. What's your book called, Danny?
For the week.
So the second one is called Find Me. It's still part of that Ethereans series that I've been working on. This one is going to be kind of a stretch for me because now I'm foraying into territory that's not, hey, it's COVID. I don't have access to therapy anymore. So now this is full creative and holy hell.
I read the first one before she even put out the book. She sent me, and I'm telling you guys, like, the words she's using, Danny's vocabulary is just too big for me. It's like, I'm like constantly messaging her back being like, what? Huh?
What does this word mean?
But it's an incredible book. And one of the characters is also like kind of based after me. So guys, read it. And then if you could figure out which one, let us know. Susie.
I'll be disappointed if they can't figure it out.
Right. An opera. You wrote a whole ass opera.
I did write a whole ass opera. I am going. Well, I guess it's written now, so I can spill the beans a little bit. I am actually going back through everything and cleaning everything up, but it's basically a heavy metal opera about Jack the Ripper.
Love it.
Right?
Very nice.
I'm on the last 2 acts. I'm polishing up acts 3 and 4. Getting the lead sheets over to the bassist and the keyboardist. And so hopefully we'll have some stuff ready to go soon. Got a couple people working with me on staging and all that good stuff. This is all exciting because I've never done anything like this before.
That
Hell,
is
I
really
can
cool.
barely get my head out of my ass long enough to write an album. So,
It's exciting. It's exciting.
Feel that.
See, I'm planning something similar to that, not like that many acts, but I am planning on doing a concept album based around the Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, neat.
Ooh, love the Count of
That'd
Monte
be cool.
Cristo.
Yeah, I've already started working on that. I actually have two of what I hope will be 10 or 11 songs written for it. I have the opening, which
Nice.
is a metal sea shanty, which I found out through some of my French friends. The French don't have any sea shanties. The only sea
No.
shanties they ever sang were English ones. So I created one called La Pharaon, which is the name of the ship that they're on at the very beginning of the book. So
Nice.
there you go.
Everyone's staying busy. I love it.
Swaggity.
Before I have to go, because I do have to
Yes.
off here, I want to bring to everyone's attention something that not a lot of people even know about at this point, and it is called the Living Wage for Musicians Act, which is currently on the table at the House of Representatives. But I have been discouraged in finding that so few of us even know it exists, and that whenever someone posts about it, that post is getting squashed because they don't want it to pass because of what it does for us. It's a fund created by our government that will, yes, it will raise subscription prices slightly on all subscription services, but it will create a fund that will be able to pay artists directly. So no going through distributors, all that. A penny per stream on top of what they're already paying for streaming services to artists. This is huge.
Nice.
Huge. And it's proposed on the floor right now. I don't know when the vote is, but it basically would start bringing us closer to actually being able to make minimum wage as an independent artist. This is a big deal. So right now, 10,000 streams gives us $17.30. If this act were to pass, 10,000 streams would pay us $117.30.
It's still not a lot, but it's a start.
It's a
It's-
start.
Definitely.
It's
definitely
Better than
a start.
nothing.
That's a huge- that's actually a huge
500%.
jump.
It's like
Right.
500%, I think, of jump.
So-
600% of a
That's a
jump.
huge jump.
I have many questions.
Yes.
First of all, you said that it would raise subscription prices, so that's where they're getting the money from?
Yeah.
That's part of where they would be. Yeah, it would
Okay.
almost be like an extra tax. So like Spotify would have their charge, Apple Music would have their charge, and then there would be like a $3 or $4 extra charge as part of the service that goes into this giant fund because they have more than enough subscribers to levy
Yeah.
this. And this is again just to start. So the artist compensation royalty fund will be. I'll read it right to you. Will be distributed directly to recording musicians by a nonprofit organization, just as Sound Exchange does now for satellite radio and internet broadcasts. Payouts from the fund are proportional to streams by track, same as they are calculated now, but with the crucial difference is that this new money will go directly to artists and not pass through labels. Finally, the Living Wage for Musicians Act includes a maximum payout per track per month in order to generate a more sustainable income for a broader and more diverse set of artists. Money exceeding this cap as it stands currently of 1 million streams, so they put a very high cap on it, okay, for the track in a month, will be used to increase the payout per stream for all recording musicians. This will help us achieve our goals of helping musicians in every genre across the United States have a more sustainable career. The Living Wage for Musicians Act will 1. Adds new money to the music ecosystem, 2. Create direct payment streams to musicians, 3. Disrupt the industry from the bottom up, which means that the labels no longer have the power that they currently have. Encourages diversity in music and music makers, empowers music fans, drives economic growth, and revalues, dignifies, and empowers artists in our current society.
Let's see where that brings us. At first I was like, I don't really want to pay more. But if you're guaranteeing me that like the $5 more that I pay every month will go straight back to artists.
Yeah, because this is creating a special government fund. The government is now trying to step in to make a living wage for that. So this is in partnership with UMA, which is the United Artists Allied Workers organization, which you can find them. They're a .org, a nonprofit organization. They have a petition that you can sign. If you agree to that, you can either do it personally if you're not a musician. If you're a musician, you can list your band name. Then you can also do what I'm doing. I'm drafting a letter to our United States representative and our current United States senator, telling them how important this bill is. And if we flood Congress, that will help get this pushed through.
Yeah, I see the benefits of something like this finally happening, but at the same time, I'm seeing that the Spotify and Apple and those companies aren't coming off of what's going into their pocket. They're going to raise the price and then pay the artist. So the fat cat in the room is still getting its lion's share, and now that the government's involved, each artist is going to get a penny per stream. It's like the bare minimum. I really hope that this goes somewhere better than what's being proposed right now. It's a good place to start, but there's a lot of error in there that's still feeding the fat cats and the corporations while raising us, the consumers' cost, to pay the artists what they should have been getting paid to begin with.
I look at it like this. It's either this or we keep the current structure.
Well, like I said, it's a good place to start. We'll see where it goes.
We keep getting paid fractions of a penny, or we actually start getting paid a little bit more.
Yeah.
Honestly, the fact of the reality
other things have to change.
The fact of the matter
always get
either you can do something. If you can do something, or you can do nothing. And I think as much as I know as an artist, we can all say, regardless if you've been doing this for 5 years or 50 years, that we all wish we could have gone more at some point in our life. But getting something over nothing is better. And I think I've been guilty myself first and foremost is not doing more to try to make steps and promote and highlight this. Imagine if this petition was a link that you place on every Facebook page at the top thing, every artist, every band page, every podcast page, it's the top thing. Then you could see why do people, my man was just talking about with, sex selling in the industry. Why do people that, shake their behinds get thousands of shares, but we can't have thousands of shares amongst artists for something like this? It brings awareness. I mean, think about TikTok. TikTok may not be a way to get money anymore, but it brings awareness, and that's what we need. We need more people to at least say something over nothing. I mean, we could want more money out of the government, but if we aren't willing to take that, at least we got to take baby steps. We got to take 1 or 2 before we can make 3 or 4. We can't
take the win.
Just go
take the win.
How what long? We think we deserve. It's all
all
you
year.
Might get $1 or half $1.
Right. All year, I've been seeing posts of people complaining about what musicians get paid. We finally have a step in the right direction. It's something that we as musicians need to support, because if it doesn't happen, then there's no future steps, right? Because now they're not seeing, right? So that's my point, is I'm not seeing this enough where I feel like our government will even pass this.
Before you posted it, I had never even heard about it.
No one does.
I'm in the music scene here locally. And nothing. Nobody talks about this.
The bill was proposed on March 20th. That's how much time has gone by since this bill was proposed. And I just recently found out about it. It's being squashed because major labels and everybody else, that streaming giants, don't want it to pass, because it will start taking money out of their pockets and putting it directly 100%. Into the artist's pocket. Because the only people that benefit from music right now are tech CEOs, record labels, music distributors, and all of that. The artists, even the big artists, don't get paid nearly as much as they should be paid if you break it down into brackets of what the label gets paid, what this person gets paid, what this person
Oh
gets paid.
yeah, I saw a thing where Weird Al Yankovic posted his check and said, thanks Spotify for the $3,000 for my X amount of streams.
Right.
And he has millions of streams every month, and he's getting nothing. And then there's interviews with Snoop Dogg talking about how many streams he does and the insignificant checks that even these mega artists aren't getting even a fraction of what they're worth.
Right. And people, and that's the thing, is that they're talking about, and that's why stuff like this is now being proposed. They're trying to move things into a direction where we can make money off of streaming, because 84% of money in the music industry comes from streaming. Think about that for a second. 84%.
Yep.
Yeah, those are huge numbers. The only way bands get paid is through merch.
Right.
Yep.
A lot of places.
And now Spotify has their ad program. YouTube has their ad program. So they're all making extra money off of artists running ads and doing all, so they can get exposure.
And they're just running ads wherever they want. Look at our podcast. If your podcast started running ads now, who's getting money for that? I hope Mark's getting money for that, because they're running ads on his videos.
Right.
Like, should be going back to him, but I'm probably.
But you have to have that levels, though. You have to. You have the minimum. Yeah, you have to have that minimum requirement. And
I can get
most
stars.
of us.
I can get stars, but for some
Me
reason,
too. I haven't
can't get
gotten
my
any.
money. I did, but I can't get my money.
See,
Facebook won't give me my money, but tells me I have nothing wrong with my account, but won't give me my money.
I have.
So
I
they'll keep it hostage.
Mindy
I
Jackson
have
has the same
200,000
issue.
views collectively on my YouTube. I have over 5,000 subscribers on my YouTube. I still can't get the public watch hours that I need to monetize the channel. It's driving me insane.
On a complete side note about YouTube, I made a cover song of a Charlie Chaplin score 10 years ago, just seeing if I could learn a Charlie Chaplin, black and white movie score. And I recorded it, a very basic version of it, and published it. 10 years later, I now have 9.9 million views on that, and I've got 47,000 subscribers, and I can monetize my channel, but I can't monetize that video because it's not my song.
Right.
And so I think overall, I've made $7 from YouTube over the course of 5 years with everyone
9
watching my
million
other
views.
stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
When was that movie made?
Sounds about
The
right.
movie you did the soundtrack in, when was it made?
It was A Dog's Life by Charlie Chaplin in 1913. And it's not
Okay, so
common
that's
law
public domain.
It's not public domain because his family had very specific rules, and his lineage still owns the right to it. And he redid the score in the 40s so that his family could retain the rights. And so the score I've heard was the 40s. If it was the 1930s Max Sennett score, I would be able to do that.
Right, because anything
You
before
could-
1923 is
Yeah,
automatically public domain.
That's crazy.
You can
Yeah,
absolutely thank the Mickey Mouse Corporation for that one.
Yeah, but I actually wrote the Charlie Chaplin estate trying to get permission, and I would end up having to pay $800 for the rights to make money off of it. And I was like, dude, $800, I'm going to make what? 20
Maybe
bucks?
100.
50 bucks?
Yeah.
You
If
know,
that.
no, it's not worth it. But it allowed me to unlock that monetization just by a random hook on a random algorithm that picked up that random song that I did.
But they started giving less money, right? Because if I remember correctly, when I was with Crossover, we weren't banking, we weren't making big money. But I remember, we were making money. Like, my song had 14,000 streams, and it brought us a nice little paycheck. You know what I mean? Like,
You can thank Ryan's toy review for that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
The guy figured out the algorithm and made millions off of YouTube.
oh no, that's Spotify.
No.
Spotify used to pay really well.
Oh, Spotify?
Yeah.
Well, YouTube, YouTube, people used to be able to make a full living on YouTube.
Oh,
But the
well, yeah.
Ryan's
Oh,
toy
yeah.
review guy destroyed that by exploiting the algorithm and getting millions of dollars from YouTube.
I don't understand the algorithm on any platforms. So.
It's the same reason COPPA went into effect.
Yep. Yep. But I wanted to let you guys know that so you can start posting about the living wage.
No, I
this
appreciate
is-
that. I had no idea that that was a thing, and it
Nobody.
makes sense because, like, in 2024, the concept of an actual label really doesn't need to exist anymore. It made sense
Exactly.
prior to direct contact, but now that we have the ability to have communication and outreach with the fans directly, there's really no purpose behind them. So I think it's a fantastic idea. It's definitely a starting point. It definitely should not be the final goal, but it's
No.
still a step in the right direction. And I think by doing stuff like that, mentioning it now, that gives us the ability to spread it across all the different platforms. Because outside of this podcast, I'll be honest, Keith, you and I would probably never talk. Because this is the first time I've seen your face. So hi. But I learned something today.
Yeah, you should post that link in the comment of this video, and so everyone else can see it after you log off, and everyone to start sharing it on their own post.
Yes, because awareness is going to be key here, and the more people we have sharing, the more getting the word out, the more industry people will get to know about it, more independent musicians get to know about it. Everybody share, because this is going to be huge for us if we can get it to pass. It's a huge step in the right direction.
Well, and it also makes sense because, like as we mentioned earlier, I've been focusing more on the literary side of the creative world lately, and I made more off of book sales than I ever did doing anything with music. And it's because out of every book I publish, I see about 25% of those royalties because I'm self-published. I don't have all that backing. I pay for the copies, I pay for the printing, but then I get all of that income outside of those offsets.
If you keep your financial circle small, it's for you, yeah.
Yeah, if I can do that with the literary side, there's no reason music shouldn't be able to do the same.
Yeah.
And that's actually one of the reasons why I'm rolling out the Destiny Calling album to streaming the way that I chose to. So it's out fully on my Bandcamp, and you can buy physical copies through my website, but not all of the songs have been released to streaming. So you cannot stream the entire album on Spotify. You have to buy it if you want to hear everything. And I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose because in order for me to continue a project like Nightfall, which is this giant collaborative project where there's a lot of money that gets invested. I mean, you saw that video. That video was professionally done. Those don't come cheap. You know, if you're creating a band, you need to trademark it. You need, there's expenses for, this, that, programs, computer, all the things that I have to get.
If you guys want to know more about that video, we have a full episode on the Starfall video. Like,
there's a lot.
They released, Jessica was there to talk, and we went in depth.
Detail, like what it took.
The costume
to make
changes and everything.
Cool.
Yes. Yeah, so there was a lot involved. They had to buy special props, and of course that comes out of my pocket, because they're having to do it for the video. So I'm nowhere close to even breaking even on what I spent building this album and bringing all the people because we had 7 guest vocalists, 3 guest guitarists. I don't mix and master myself. I don't know how or know how to do it well. So of course I had to outsource that to a professional and all of that. So that became a huge expense. Another reason why I want this bill to pass is because that starts putting more money back in the project. I don't even care if I make a profit at this point. I just want to break even so that I can continue putting together more stuff because I cannot self-fund another album. I'm going to have to do a Kickstarter or a crowdfund or something in order to afford doing a second Nightfall album because I can't do it out of my pocket. I got 3 kids.
Yeah, well, we have lives, we have kids. The financial aspect of
something
going
that
into
needs
a
to be
studio
discussed, though.
and making videos is rough.
Yep. So, like I said, any step is a good step. So that's why I wanted to take a moment. And I know I probably took about 20 minutes, but I wanted to let everybody know about that and to start passing it along. And I will include some comments with a couple of links. One to the United Musicians and Allied Workers website, and the .gov page that talks about the bill being proposed and all of that. Okay.
Please do. Please.
Appreciate it.
Taking 20 minutes to learn something important and new is never a waste of time.
That's right.
No. You know, it's
All right, Keith.
probably a different.
I
Keith,
just
thank you so much for sharing
send-
with us.
Send Sir Keith on his way so he can go and rest now.
Yep.
Take care of yourself.
I got to help with kid stuff and eat dinner and all that jazz. So.
Absolutely.
Move slowly.
Yeah, that's my life these days. Thanks for having me. Congrats, Mel. 100 is a big milestone. And there's my wife. I don't know if you heard her scream in the background.
Tell her we said hi.
I will. One of my kids is taking a shower right now. That's why you heard her.
Oh, well.
I'll be shouting
But-
the same thing here in a little bit.
Appreciate y'all being here. It's nice to
Take it
see
easy.
everybody face to face and meet most of you for the first time. Love y'all. Have a great one.
Bye, Keith.
Bye, Keith.
Bye.
Well, we've been waiting. I've been waiting. I didn't listen to it, Juan. I did not listen to it.
You didn't? Okay.
No, we all get to hear it together.
Okay,
Let
cool.
the Day Perish, his new song. He sent it to me so we can hear it before it gets released. It's not a video, so we're gonna stay just like this so you can see everybody's, face
Same
and
face.
everybody's bass face. Absolutely.
I
I
better-
love that face.
I better
I
hide
love-
my camera now.
Monkey.
Sorry. My
Monkey
alien
started
light
doing
keeps
it
freaking
now.
out.
Monkey started doing it. He throws up his dudes. He calls them his dudes, and he just puts his face on. So, all right. Well, I'm excited for this. It's been how long since the last release?
Oh, like a year and a half.
So, long awaited.
Yeah.
Goes before destruction, and a high spirit before fall. That is not to hurt your pride, is out to destroy.
was worth the wait, Juan.
Thanks.
That was
Thank you.
really well written.
Thank you. I had a
No.
good team behind me. I had
That's-
a great couple guys that really worked hard at it and did their part. So, but I appreciate that. Awesome.
That's good stuff.
Thank you.
I like the layering of the vocals and the everything that I'm gonna have to. I never can fully enjoy a song until I've heard it like 30 times.
Yeah.
Same.
Because I need to hear those little, every little sound and then I'll hyper focus on like just a little ding, ding, ding in the song.
The guitar tone was really good. I liked the way the drums came in both times with the stuttered,
Right.
stops as it slowly came in. It was really, really well written.
Thank you. It means a lot. Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
I was stuck on the fact that like the whole thing was just a hot ass fucking vibe, but like there was a few moments there with the vocals that gave me like Rob Zombie essence, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, there was like it was funny when we were in the studio for that thing, because there were things in there that were like we were just messing around on the mic and just doing mic checks and things like that, and just I'd be talking to him while he's behind the mic and say, hey, why don't you try this? And he goes, oh, he'd do something like this. Oh, you mean my line is something like that? And he wouldn't sing it out right. He would just almost like mumble it or say it. I'm like, exactly like that. I'm glad I recorded that. So like in the beginning, he's actually out of key. I said, because it wasn't a take.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, actually, we're going to keep that. It's out of key and it sounds really ugly and that Rob Zombie vibe,
Oh
and
yeah,
I was
it's
like,
that dissonance.
that Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, dark, out of key vibe almost, like purposely like that. And so we're like,
Moments like that are really cool. Yeah, moments like that are really cool. I love
what
having.
goes down your spine.
Yeah, I like having people come into the vocal room and I'll tell them like the vibe I'm going for. Attack it this way. And then once I get a take I like, I'll be like, give me 2 or 3 takes and just do whatever you want. Just do something weird. And, sometimes I won't use any of it, but other times I'll hear something that'll just become genius to slide into the mix and accent a certain part. And it just hits different. So I love that experimenting.
It happens. It happens a lot.
Having fun. Yeah, having fun when you're in there is really important.
You're actually right about that because I'll let y'all know it on here. So if anybody wants to know the secret, they can rewatch this podcast. They'll only hear it here one time. But like underneath the main verses, I said, man, it's missing something. And then my brother goes, yeah, some crazy screech. And he was like, he's doing whatever he does, like, and I was like, and he goes, and I can just do that over the whole entire verse. I'm like, what? For like the whole entire verse. And man, he did that. He did that. And we were cracking up because I would solo it out when we were listening to it. So we'd just die laughing because it was hideous. But actually, we said that was the missing ingredient. And it's just so subtly underneath the main vocals. And you don't really, now y'all hear it now. Every time you're going to hear it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But
that's cool as hell. That's awesome.
And so it fit. I was like, I said, and there was one part, I think on the first time he does it, he actually, you hear him wind up like, and then I said, I'm not going to clean that up. I want to keep that because it made some weird noise. I said, let's keep that there. And so it just worked out, man.
I fucking love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That means so much.
Yeah. I live for the little things like that happen organically during the process.
Absolutely.
I love it when you have layers that have those differences though, because sometimes when you listen to a song, especially like me with my weirdo brain, I hyper fixate on a song, and so I'll listen to it 8 million times.
I got you, Danny, though.
Yes.
I
So,
got
like,
you.
when
She
there's
sings,
layers-
guys. I'm gonna show you something. Go ahead, Danny.
Oh
I'm
God,
gonna find
that's
something. Yep.
That's horrifying. So, when you have all those different layers, I love it because then my ADHD brain gets to discover something new every time I re-listen to it because I'll hyperfixate and I'll listen to it over and over and over. And I absolutely adore that.
And
Yeah.
everybody knows I love layers. I fucking when I did 1,000 times, I think was what I told you, what, like eight layers or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went. I lost my shit on that one.
Yeah.
Yes. Danny, me, Manda, and a few other girls did a little project not too long ago. You guys ever heard of Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Cell Block
Chicago
Tango?
kicks ass.
Yes. Well, we met, me, Manda, Danny. We all met on an app, a singing app, and there's a bunch of other girls on there that sing. So one of the girls said, "Hey, you guys want to do like Chicago?" So it was what? How many of us, Danny?
6,
So
7,
6 of
something
us
like that.
doing Chicago. Oh, here we go. Here. Hi. Shush. She is such a
I love the
fucking
faces now. Like, oh gosh.
This is Danny Rose.
They traveled around with us. Now, for the last number in our act, we did these 20 acrobatic tricks in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, splits, spread eagles, backflips, flip-flops, one right after the other. So this one night before the show, we're down at the Hotel Cicero, the 3 of us boozing, having a few laughs. And we run out of ice, so I went out to get some. I come back, open the door, and there's Veronica and Charlie doing number 17, the spread eagle. Well, I was in such a state of shock, I completely blacked out. I can't remember a thing. It wasn't until later, when I was washing the blood off my hands, I even knew they were dead.
When I heard that for the first time, I was like, this girl is a fucking genius. A genius.
That's cool.
Thank you.
This is just a little bit of what we do when we're bored.
Yeah.
When I'm not doing NYXUS podcast or anything like that. Amanda has a part 2. I'll post it later so you guys can listen to the whole thing if you're interested. I'm also in there.
That's
French.
what I do on my spare time.
That's what you do in your spare time.
There you go. We've answered the question.
Time well spent. Time well spent.
Susie, I need to know, how did that Harry Potter ball go last year?
Oh my God! It was.
There was a Harry Potter ball.
Oh hell yes! Look, if
Son of a
y'all
bitch.
need a reason to come to Pittsburgh, we throw the best parties.
Fuck yeah. Literally, like you mentioned Harry Potter. This is sitting directly next to me.
So we have it's okay, Mel. It's Melanie. It's December 7th this year. December 7th. We have the best Wizard Jewel Ball ever.
It's incredible, guys. Just for the food. If anything, just go for the spread.
If you want to, you can go to yuleballpgh.com and check it out. Tickets are on sale now if you want to come visit me. I don't have anyone who has laid claims to sleeping in my house that weekend, and I'm right down the street. But we turned my fencing school into the top floor gets turned into the dining hall, the great hall, the dining hall. The bottom floor gets turned into Nocturne Alley. And there we go. Gets turned into Nocturne Alley. We actually now have Hagrid's Hut, or at least we had Hagrid's Hut. We have an outdoor space now, so the ball got bigger and better. And if you can find any place else where you can get drunker or eat more food for $80 in the night, I want to know where, because it ain't happening. We do a lot of games. We have a lot of games set up. We have a lot of it's a whole thing. We have Chuck dressing up as Dumbledore there. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. So
nice.
I love this.
That's cool.
So y'all need to come to Pittsburgh.
Neat.
Yep.
Visit me.
Looks way better than that Willy Wonka thing that was on the news.
Oh yeah, no, we throw the best parties. As a matter of fact, we just did the Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings gala about just about a month ago at this point. It was April 20th, I think. And then, of course,
Good
2
date.
weeks later, because we will not be underdone, we did our very first May the 4th Be With You lightsaber tournament.
Nice.
So we are the nerds. If
Nerds
you
are
want
the
to
best.
come party with your nerd
All right.
friends,
We need to talk.
hit your girl up, okay? Just hit your girl up.
There's too much here. There's too much. Like, I did color guard throughout like all of junior high through college, and using those skills with lightsabers just kind of makes me feel like it was time well spent.
Right.
You know, I hit myself
Maximizing it.
enough. I might as well
I
hit somebody else
basically
now.
run Neverland. Josh owns the fencing club. I run the fencing club. We do now 4 of the most awesome events ever. We do the Game of Thrones Lord of the Rings Gala, which is in April always, and I believe next year it is, I'll have to get the date, I'll have to double check, but it should be the 3rd Saturday in April. We now do May the 4th Be With You, so which is a lightsaber tournament. We do our Blood on the River tournament, which is actually a historical fencing tournament, which is a 4-day binge fest with all of the longsword, rapier, and saber and stuff that you can handle. And that's over Labor Day weekend. And then, of course, we do December 7th is the Wizard Jewel Ball this year.
I love this.
And on top of that, she also does her own music, wrote an opera. What do you do on your spare time?
Right? I was just wondering.
What do I do in my spare time? Well, I actually just started taking voice lessons. I'm about to start taking piano lessons.
Do you sleep?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Yeah.
Yep. It's the
always
only
the same
appropriate
answer.
way. There's no such thing as her.
It's called crashing in our line of work.
Yeah,
Yes.
eventually it
Cracked out.
happens. Yep.
Yes.
And it's long sometimes before it does. I think we all share the same, you know. Like, we go to bed at night. She's like, okay, good night. It's 11 o'clock. She's exhausted. I'm like, oh, fuck. Here we go again.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 o'clock in the morning and I'm still eating. Well, right now. She brought me bacon, so I mean.
Nice.
I mean,
Aw.
That's love.
If you're getting bacon, that's a keeper.
Yeah.
That's
For
love.
sure.
That's completely love. Rob looks out of. Is he
Frozen.
frozen?
Is he frozen?
Oh.
Oh, I'm calling him out. He's like, no.
We've lost Rob. Speak to us, Rob.
Come
Speak
back
to us.
I'm
Come
going
back to
to
us.
say, yo, where you go, man? Where you go?
I appreciate you guys hanging out. Dwayne's been here since and Juan, they've both been here since
We're just hanging out side by side.
I mean,
I love
How we
it.
doing?
The
I'm enjoying the
bros.
company, all the stories, the company, and everything. So,
Well,
love it.
I love these episodes. They're like a big, get together. Like everybody gets to, share and make new friends. And Rob, there's Rob. Are you back,
Ooh,
Rob?
maybe.
Welcome back.
At least he freezes.
Movement.
He's freezing, but he's freezing like he still looks good. When I freeze, usually I'm like my mouth's open or my eyes are not at least he freezes and he's still.
Rob's just out here proving the sentiment that any still can be a photo or like a music album cover.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Even
I
with
don't
his
know if
hand
he
on
can
the
hear
screen,
us.
he can absolutely be a freaking cover.
At this point, I don't even know if he can hear us. Rob. The chicken
You're
or the
muted.
egg?
Me?
All right.
Yeah, I'm having weird internet issues, so I'm trying to figure that out right now. So
Shit.
No worries.
yeah,
We're
for
just
whatever
picking.
reason, yeah, it's fine. For whatever reason, around this time between 8:30 and 9:30, my signal is the worst here. So I'm I don't want to move to where the router is because that's my bedroom, and I'm I love y'all, but not that much. No, I'm just kidding. No,
You
so,
are in my bedroom right now, guys. I mean, right?
I did not know
It
that.
took me 10 years to get in your room.
Here you are.
The jokes make themselves, right?
You got my lights on. Hold on, Danny, just for you.
Yes.
Well, but yeah, sorry about that. I've just been, and I'm kind of doing so much. I wanted to be here for Melanie, one of my dearest friends, and like I'm in the middle of like all kinds of paperwork and working on this song that I'm obsessing over to produce and mix and master, and then internet is being not my friend right now. So, but yeah, I'm listening to everybody. So,
Rob and I
I'm
have a
just
fun
chilling.
little thing coming up soon. I guess
Do-
we could talk about it.
Can we?
I mean,
What
why
kind
not?
of like little details can we get?
Well, I mean, everybody knows that the intro music to the NYXUS podcast is going to be my first original single to come
Aw.
out. But before I do that, I kind of want to tippy toe my toe. You know, if you guys want to hear really more of the backstory of the music side, on the 26th of May, I will be interviewed by my friend JT Six Scars on Beyond the Breakdown, which is a mental health podcast.
Oh, I
So
love that.
he's gonna pick at me. It's my first interview since I stopped doing everything with the band, since everything went down. So it's gonna be very packed emotionally. I'm pretty sure. So
I'll have
now,
to check that out for sure.
Yeah, let it all out.
tippy toeing back into the music, I talked to Rob and I was like, this song is a long time coming, like a year and a half now, Rob. And I just can't bring myself. There's a blockage. So I asked him, can we do some covers, just so I could tippy toe back in. So we're gonna be working on the cover. He's working on it already.
That's actually what I have right behind me. Like this is, as you can tell, it's my city room. So I'm like, while I'm here, I'm like, all right, got to make sure I remember how to record this part, and then like make sure I get the guitar part right, and I got to make sure it sounds good because, I don't want to make Melanie look bad. Like, why does this song sound so bad? It's like, oh, it's Rob's fault. So, yeah, it's Rob's
It's gonna
fault.
be awesome.
He's so afraid that he's not gonna, but he's just fucking amazing, guys. I
You're
can't
way
wait.
too kind. You're too kind.
I can't wait for people to hear what you do, because seriously, you guys want to hear a little tidbit, because he posted it on his reel and nobody really reacted to it. But I think Danny's gonna be like, oh, okay.
Always, every day, every.
We're
goddamn day.
bringing something back. It's Any guess?
It sounds so familiar.
Yep.
Is that like some
And if
Twisted
I go,
Sister?
oh no, here it is again.
Some Bon Jovi.
Lacuna Coil.
Hey, some drop tune Bon Jovi, man.
Hey, you know what?
Leave it up to Rob.
Would sound amazing.
Hey, don't even kid,
Coil's dope.
because I mean I'll sing Bed of Roses anytime at karaoke.
I mean, if we turned that metal, that'd be awesome. It's been a dream of mine. To be honest, it's been a dream of mine to if I may share, if that's okay, Melanie, just a little bit.
Go.
That you've having these conversations about the song, and so the song's been written musically. Well, I don't want to say written like 100% because I like to have a good skeleton of a song, a good structure before I present it to someone I want to collab with or something. And then once the song process where the vocals, I'll change the song a bunch of times, probably to my detriment. And also I'm excited with Amanda too. Melanie believes me way more than I believe myself. It's kind of humbling. I won't say humbling. It's like I believe myself very little. I believe that I can play guitar, but believe that I really want to do music as a career.
Just like
or at
you guys
least
believe in me a lot more than I believe in myself. We're
the imposter syndrome. The imposter syndrome in this chat and probably for everybody is real. So with the fact that all of the time that we've talked about it, where we are with the song and lyrics and stuff, it's okay, Melanie and I have kind of met at a similar time. We both had very tragic stuff happen with different projects, and it's kind of we're trying to, I've been in some projects, and Juan's the only one that knows where I came from. So Juan can attest to like what I went through, and the music that I was doing with that project was, I felt like had a lot of potential, but then everything kind of crashed for me. And then now we're both trying to be on the swing, because on the upswing with things. And, and I was literally about a couple days before Melanie and I had this conversation, I was listening to Lacuna Coil, and I was like, man, I would love to do a cover of this. Like, I love the song. My biggest pet peeve, and maybe just because I do audio engineering, is like, I feel like it was 2002, 2003, so I can't really be mad at it. But I was like, man, imagine if this just had a modern sheen on it, a modern twist or a modern production. This song would be huge, Because I grew up on Evanescence and Lacuna Coil, and it was one of the things
he said my favorite word.
Evanescence.
Yeah, so for me, it's like I grew up at Evanescence. I grew up on I feel like I should have been a teenager in the 90s in a lot of ways. So like, as much as I like modern stuff, I also like, you put Heaven Is a Lie on, you put on Commonly's all day. And it's just like, she's like, she wants to do covers. I was like, you want to do Heaven Is a Lie? And she was like, I'll do it. I was like, I could sing that. I was like, ooh, I'm going to make this thing be heavy. That's why, like, even hearing it through this, I was like, whoa, that does sound really heavy. And it's not even like mixed. So I'm really excited.
Nice to put a heavier spin on a classic song. In the early 2000s, like Kill Switch Engage was doing Holy Diver, and Manson was doing Tainted Love, and even Disturbed with Land of Confusion. It was so nice to hear these awesome songs that we still enjoyed for what they were, just tanked over the top and just hit so much harder. It was fantastic.
One of the most underrated covers that in the 2000s, it's from a band that doesn't have a lot of relevance in the scene, so it makes sense. But the band Red, they're a Christian rock band, and they did a cover on their third record. The third record called Ordinary World, which is, that's from Duran Duran. And honestly, like I would listen to Duran Duran, and I'm like, it's good, but it's 80s, it doesn't have the power. But then you hear it's like, you wouldn't really know it's different. But it's different. It's not like offensive. There's not a lot of screaming, but it's just very powerful. It's like if you just put that song with a modern, sheet over it. Like, let's go ahead and, run it through modern technology. That's what it sounds like. And that's kind of what I'm envisioning in our own way. Well, Melanie's absolutely going to own it with the vocals. I'm really excited to work with Melanie. It's been a long time coming. And then I'm just hoping the song is like heavy. Yes. I'm trying to get into the producing world.
I like how he produces the vocals. Especially my vocals. I mean, to each our own, you like to certain producers work for you, certain producers don't work for you. Rob, I mean, did magic with that last song that we were supposed to work together on with my last band. Should happen. That didn't happen. But I heard what he could do with my vocals, and I'm really excited to hear what's going to happen with Heaven's Alive.
No, cool. I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait.
Absolutely. I think that's part of the reason why I kind of stepped away from the music scene for a while, because, like, I can't produce shit, and I know that. But, like, finding something that makes me not hate my own voice, it would be awesome.
Well, this is also why, why I make these episodes, and I think I'm going to make more of them, just the chit-chat episodes. To make connections, to sometimes, I mean, Dwayne, you want to come on with a cover with us? We're going to be making more covers. Danny, talk to Rob. Rob produces. Rob,
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, and I think yes, that should be a really cool idea. Just do like a, there's, and this is going to sound nerdy of me being like, I own my own business, so there's these things called BNIs. So have like the podcast equivalent of a BNI. So every once a month, you host where everybody comes in and has conversations. Like you could create a list where people are like, hey, we have 15 people going to be coming in throughout the night. Come on in, pop in and talk. So that would be a great idea because like, I was going to kind of allude to this with Keith, with what he was talking about with the whole musician thing. The whole industry has changed so much with how we market. And like, Mike Shinoda's talked about how it sucks these days for artists have to do more and do TikTok and do reels and do content instead of just focus on the art. So now
Yeah, they
it's
have
a
to
lot
jump through
harder.
hoops now.
And I think the big thing is like there is easier access to music, producing it, writing it, distributing it. It's never been easier, but it's a lot harder because there's more people that are able to do it. So like if you create a team, like imagine if like, you know, and it takes a village to be like, okay, maybe we all can network and one person can like help me with my videos. We had someone that's willing to like do videos on the low instead of paying a big production company. Or one person can do graphic design.
I'll be honest with you. When I started the NYXUS podcast, that's how it started. And then Chaotic Rose was supposed to be you know. And then Danny had to go her own way. And then the NYXUS kind of became. That's when I took on a million projects, like the magazine, the radio, the everything. And then I said, whoa, hold on a second. I can't do this shit.
Yeah.
I had a team with me. And then the team wasn't there anymore. And then I said, okay, let's step back and come back. But this is another idea that I have so many ideas of podcasts, but not enough people. Not enough me, should I say. Not enough me.
Right.
You
and
know,
I think
I want to do more. And especially for the community. That's how it started, though. The community, when I started this, was a little more well-knit together on Facebook. But, you know, some people are there just to get what they want, and then they kind of just leave.
Yeah, like, and I think that's what happens, like, you know, it's, back then, you had to focus on your touring and your shows and practicing. Now you got to do all of that, and you got to, and it's like, and with a lot less money and a lot less carrot, so to speak. So it's like, if you create an opportunity to, like, network with people, to create collabs or network where it's like, okay, this person might be able to help me out with creating short form content. This person can do my graphic design. This guy can do my mixing. This guy can do my tracking. Person. I'm going to make it plural. My apologies. But no, everyone. We welcome everybody into this kind of idea. My apologies. But like everybody, like let's collab with Melanie. Like I
mean, if you guys are interested, I think it would be an awesome thing.
100%.
And we could, you know, make a group and speak, like talk about this, like offline also, but a collective of people that can help. You know, I have writer's block. My English is not the best because I'm French Canadian. So often when you see, usually anyways, when you saw text back then for the NYXUS podcast, Danny was writing everything for me.
I'm good with words. I'm just not good with a lot of other things.
Chaotic Rose was supposed to be that. Just a group of people helping each other out. Unfortunately, everybody got busy and everybody kind of scattered. But I
had to get a real job.
Right? I mean, Amanda had to work. It's you know.
I would have loved to have been able to actually have it go full bore, but, you know, unfortunately I got children and I'm a single mom, so the chaos got more chaotic. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I couldn't do what I do without Amanda. If she would be supporting everything, and I mean everything, guys. We're Wednesday, 9 o'clock. The kids are ready to go to bed. She's still sitting there supporting what the fuck I'm doing. She's driving me this weekend to a festival for me to host the festival.
Nice.
I mean, she's following me everywhere. She's driving me. I couldn't do this without her. So.
And that's why I can't wait to do a song for Amanda, because she put so much effort. She deserves some reciprocation.
We love you, Amanda.
So I'm looking forward to doing this thing. Hopefully I don't, again, just like I'm going to say with everybody, I hope I don't embarrass anybody if my production isn't up to snuff, because I can honestly tell you, over the years, for me as an artist...
Did I roll my eyes loud enough this time? Did it roll loud
I
enough?
don't think so. We might need to do it one more time.
I kind of need to tell, like, I have spent my whole time as a musician with, you know, people super close to me always saying, well, you're not this, or you can't do this, or you don't write good enough songs. Every project, it was always like everybody would gang around me and be like, well, you don't do this enough, or you're not like this enough. And I know it's one of those things like, if you're on Facebook, I'm done this long enough to be like, I hope I get 1,000 negative comments, because then obviously when the drama and the algorithm, so people are talking, but I don't care. I'll look at it and be like, that's cool, appreciate it.
What I hear is everybody go on his last reel and just type boo.
I've gotten really good at pissing off like 5 specific crowds.
Hold on, I'm logging on to Facebook right now.
Boo!
I see you on TikTok, Danny. If you guys don't follow Danny on TikTok, go follow her. She's stirring the shit this way and that way.
Every chance I get, I'm an opinionated bitch for no reason.
That's awesome.
For all the reasons.
Honestly,
for all the reasons.
I need an alias so I can say all my unfiltered opinions that separate me from my music. I just want to write music and make music and do that at least more full time. But no, I mean, that's why, like, I don't know if it's allowed or not allowed. It's been posted on Facebook, so I don't think it's a big thing. But like, Mindy and I have that's another thing I'm working on right behind here. Mindy and I have a song that, you know, she's going to be releasing. So I'm really, Mindy Jackson, Dying Oath, just to be clear. But so like, she put a lot of faith and trust, and I don't think it's bad. So I'm happy with it. So, but we'll see. I mean, but the whole point, oh God, it's like, it's bad. It's bad. I was like, I feel it. See, that's the thing. It's the people who don't know me that say bad stuff. I'm like, okay, I get it. But like, oh wait, you're my friend and it's bad. Like,
that's an issue.
You won't see if you don't hear from Rob. That's why. Like he just
Rob,
somebody with like Thanos.
When you get to know Rob is very direct. He doesn't tippy toe.
Yes, he is.
No, I'm very conflict.
It gives you the opportunity to do the same. Like when he asks me, what do you think of my production? What do you think of this? I don't feel bad when I say, well, I think this would be better, you know? And then we can kind of get to talking, and he doesn't get in his feelings, and he's not like, oh. Well,
I do it privately.
It's like, oh, I suck.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I absolutely fucking love that. If you've got time to add one more person to your project list, hey, let's talk.
What do you sing like? I've got music.
So I get compared a lot to Evanescence.
Yeah, Juan knows I've written music for someone that sounds like Evanescence. Juan knows.
I try to avoid overly doing it because under specific makeup and under specific lighting, I look a lot like her and I sound like her, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't help the fact that, like, that's the reason why so many people sound like Chester Bennington or try to, because that was the vocals of a generation. So I would say, like, you would say, I mean, my opinion, this is where it's going to start getting spicy, but like, I think with the 2000s, the two artists that middle school, everybody would like look up to in the rock world is Chester Bennington, Amy Lee. I think they were equal in their own world. Like they equally, I mean, sure, there's probably bigger artists, but like, I cannot think of any two other vocalists that you either wanted to be Amy Lee or you wanted to be Chester.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fair.
And they both. Well, that's a couple decades before. I said 2000s. Maybe in the 80s.
Everyone emulates what their favorite bands are.
Yeah.
Large icons of the era. And you can hear it, you know, I'm sure in all of your music that you all create.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, I listen to Judas Priest, and it's very clear in it, even though I'm doing a death metal band. But you can also hear that I listen to a lot of Deicide and Morbid Angel in it as well.
Yeah.
I do
and
go.
If you worship Evanescence, then it just goes to show that, you know, that's going to come out in what you do.
And the only reason.
Britney Spears. We don't talk about Britney.
The only reason why anybody sounds like someone they emulated is because they haven't had the time or the repetition of doing more of the very thing you're like into, like as a vocalist, to develop your own sound. Like that's the thing. Like all these producers, all these musicians, and if they're not prolific, you know, a lot of producers I inspire to, they like. I had a conversation with someone that's fairly reputable, and he just said, you know, I make decent money off of like 3 of my songs, and I produced over 1,000 songs. And it's like, when you think about that, it's like to even make enough to live off of, you've got to do 1,000 songs.
Well,
that's a lot of work.
You never know where it's going to come in from. You know, just like the Charlie Chaplin song. I had no idea that would do anything. You never know what song is going to appeal to people, and they're just going to soak it in. And you just have to take those hits as a blessing.
Yep.
And I think that's where I think a team is important, going back to that conversation, because it's like, I'm going to tell you right now, I study the marketing, and the best marketing that could be used across is release a song every 6 to 8 weeks, no more, no less.
Yep.
And the reason why is that the consistency is what helps keep you consistently out there in the algorithm. It's just relevancy but the thing is, it's not just releasing those songs the amount of time. It's a lot of the short form building up before and after. And the problem is, how can you release a song every 6 to 8 weeks when you're putting anywhere between $1,000 and $2,500 a song to record? Then you got to make a bunch of TikToks, and then you got to do album artwork, and then maybe a feature. Like, if there isn't a team of people that can, like, I'm learning to record so I can produce songs that don't sound bad. So I can at least have that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't afford. I mean, I'm working with a producer named Nick Sampson, and he's worked on Polyphia and Born of Osiris and Oceano. And he's a pretty decent name producer, and that stuff's expensive. So it's like I can't afford that for an EP, maybe a couple of songs here and there. But the reality is, it's like
now you can do it out of your own home. I've spent the past 20 years learning the craft, and each album has been an experimentation and learning how to record and produce it well. And only recently, these last 3 releases have actually turned out really good and have gotten really well received across the board. And so I'm just confident in my ability now, just staying in the studio, putting out as much music as I can, and saving myself thousands and thousands of dollars. I've always been on the, we've all, the Ziggurat in general, we're all working people with families. We're not from, money at all. So we scrape together and use what's always available. And learning to do it yourself is key to keeping things rolling and rolling. And speaking of releasing a song every 6 to 8 weeks, I come from an era of where it's not just singles or an EP. We grew up on listening to the entirety of Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, while reading the lyrics and soaking it all in and getting an album every 2 to 3 years. And the pace of putting out a song every 8 weeks is really an insane pace for an artist to keep up. Because unless you record an entire album and then just leak the album over the course of a year, then you fulfilled your 8-week commitment. Yeah. I prefer having a full album, release a single, maybe release a single right before the drop, and then have your album, and then you're stuck with 8 months to 18 months of gap on release. That's really hard in today's market to pull off consistently and keep people's attention. And I think that's really to the detriment of artists in general. Most people aren't worried about the album anymore. And like you said, what's the point in having a record label? Earlier, you said that, and that doesn't really help since no one's buying albums or listening to full-length albums or soaking in all the albums and being able to say, well, track 3 wasn't that good, but, track 9 that no one likes was off the chain. That album experience of finding the songs you love and, sifting through the ones that you don't really care for. That's part of the process, looking at the album cover, reading it, experiencing it as the form of art that it is. I feel like absolutely. that 8 week thing, that constant push for the singles is really hard for a lot of people to enjoy doing.
If it wasn't for album covers, my bedroom as a teenager would have been.
I would imagine that meant barren.
That was very dramatic. It was like my album would be like bap, like the lights went out. We'll all do that now.
Take two.
Specific person in my life is pissing me off.
Well, guys, I gotta head off.
Yeah. It was great talking to you.
Nice to meet you. Talking to you. Have a great night.
Melody, 100 episodes. Fantastic. Can't wait for the next 500. Just keep them rolling.
I mean, bring
everyone,
out the music.
you. Take care. Hit us up on live.
Y'all take care.
Bye.
See you.
What an awesome time. So I think the conversation, I wanted to quickly go back before we jump. I think we jumped kind of onto that conversation about releases. The reason
Welcome to ADHD.
Yeah, I'm very ADHD. So I think the thing is I try to be very direct because it's the big thing I notice about in general, if not the music scene specifically, is like it's very hard with all the stresses in life to keep up on like your commitments and being able to give an honest opinion without worrying about how people feel. And for me, it's like, you know what? If people are going to be offending me, they're just going to be offending me. But I'd rather speak my piece so you don't wonder where you stand with me on anything.
100%
I think that
agree.
that'll relieve so much stress. And I know, there's a whole lot of psychology, and that's a whole other podcast I can get into. But I think the big thing is like, if I can just say this, and the other, and I don't mean with any malice, I just come off very blunt and straightforward. But I want you to know when we converse, I care. But that way, tomorrow you're not like, what is he? Does he really think that way? Does that person feel that way about me? Like, I don't want that for anybody. Like, I want people to know where they stand when I say it, and then we can like move on from there. You could be like, I don't like you being that straightforward. Fine, you make your choice. That's cool. I respect that. Or I respect that. That's cool. I think being more decisive makes it a lot easier, and that's all about execution. And I feel like doing that also helps with execution with everything in life.
I agree. Absolutely.
So, and
you do it as a female, though, you get braided as a bitch. So I've just learned to wear it as a badge of honor.
Well, I will say that's a whole nother conversation, and that's not fair to y'all. That's not fair to y'all. It's crazy. It's not fair. It's not fair.
In 2024, Rob, we just smile and put our chin up and walk and just.
Because the ones who call you a bitch to insult you, they get mad when you say, "Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad that you see it."
Thanks for noticing. I put a lot of effort into that.
Yeah, there was a lot of trauma that it took to get me here. So.
That's a lot, huh?
Irish bitch to you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Be specific.
I mean, Melanie, I think it's a good idea to do that whole like networking podcast once a month, because I think it'd be I write a lot of rock and metal, so maybe I'm too much of a niche, but I do have.
Yeah, but even if it's just a brainstorming podcast, even if it's just, hey, Rob is back.
Rob said I love it.
Even if it's just us sitting there like for an hour or 2 hours just talking and people coming in, at one point it'll get some traction, it'll get more people. It's an exchange of, ideas, and then it could become, like Rob said, an exchange of service,
Yeah.
I'll work for your posters, and okay, I'll produce for you, like it could all become why money?
It's really funny because I actually just had a conversation with one of my friends in another band about this, because we were going to gang up together and start helping each other with content and stuff. So
there you go.
I think that's the big thing. Like, for example, not that I should. I feel like I have to say this, but I don't. But I probably shouldn't. It's like with me doing these collabs. Like, I'm not charging anybody for my services. Mm-hmm. I'm just doing it because I really want to. And I know some people have said that. I said, who wants a collab? And then respectfully, some vocals be like, oh, can you pay me $300? And I'm like, okay. I don't have the money. I'm not going to say no to you, but I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm trying to just build relationships more than like. I'm recording the thing myself. I'm not going to say no, but I just can't afford $300, $1,000, or whatever for every feature. And I think like that does sometimes hurt, but at the same time, I respect the art. Like, it's good to be like, hey, I might need to go to the studio for this. Could you pay for it? Like, cool, that's fair. Like, and I think a lot of it is like collaboration is it's sure it's a different genre, but hip hop and rap, like Kanye West, love him or hate him, half of his album is not even him.
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, everybody's built their own thing and they get together like Power Rangers or something, and now it's a big album. It's like, why can't we have like, I'll just say it, Juan and I have worked together with trying to do a song, would love to do that song, but so like we have supposed to be a Let the Day Perish, Life Renewed collab. So, we've worked, Juan and I put the work in. We've hung out. He's put up with my craziness. And it's like, all right, you're going to play guitar. And he put up with my stuff and having Chipotle and hanging out and talking about life. And but we want to do a collab. So if we can't do the Life Renewed, Let the Day Perish collab, then I'll have to have Juan on one of my songs, which that also is in the works.
Nice.
That's more likely to happen than not, to be honest.
Yeah.
So like,
climb on me. Sorry, guys.
so like, I think that's what we all need. I think we all need to like be willing. Like, I mean, we got to be honest with ourselves. What can we handle for workload? You know, we still have our main project of lives, but also it doesn't hurt to like give a little. You know, you never know what comes around when you give a little. You know, and I think that's why I try. Like, I'm excited for the song with Mindy, and you know, she did an amazing job, and I hope people like it. And I think it's very personal. Like, I mean, I don't know if I should promote it or not promote it, but I don't think she'll mind. But like, she wrote the song for her daughter, so like, it's very heartfelt, and it pulls at my heartstrings to hear it. You know, and not trying to be too like, this is the best song I've ever written, or this is the best thing I've ever done. And
No, because that's gonna be our song, though. That's just
but to have the song where I'm very glad, very honored to be able to have a part of something that's special and personal to do for Mindy, and just like putting a lot of work press forward. I mean, I know it's not, you know, I'm really hoping the next song I do is better, and I'm hoping the collab with Heaven Is a Lie is a banger, and then the next one after that, we'll see how this first Look at a Coil cover goes first, and then be able to see what we do afterwards. And I think, you know, if we all put a little time, I think we can help each other, and then we all can kind of win. And unfortunately, that's not a mindset shared by many, where like we all can win if we all help each other. We all put a little effort, you know. Like, I don't care if this song for Mindy gets #1 rock song of the year, I would want that for her. I don't care if I'm not making a bag from it. It's just, I'm glad to do it. I mean, and then I have the pride to say I wrote it. But at the end of the day, but it's still like, everybody wins. She's doing great. She's an amazing vocalist, amazing heart. Dying Oath is great. And she's doing great solo stuff, and she's establishing herself, and she's collaborating. She's collaborated with people with, you know, her own band and Forever May Fall.
Awesome.
And so like, and she wants to, you know, she's giving me a shot, because like, to follow up with Josh and Colt as guitar players, like, I can't even touch that. Like, they are phenomenal. So a song like the cover she did is so good. And so having a song like this, it's like, I know the pressure's on, but it's like, you know, it's still like she wins. You know, I want to do the best job I can, but she wins by the collaboration. I win by the collaboration. And, you know, Melanie wins with the collaboration we're doing, the collaborations, plural. And man,
I'm gonna occupy a lot of your time, Rob.
That's awesome. And then Juan and I will win with the collaborations we're doing, even though we should still do that Let the Day Perish, Life Renewed collab.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, you already know we've done the work, so I'm. This is my conflict direct coming out, like, like. But I mean,
I can't wait to hear my voice coming out, because I've been working on a lot of stuff that.
I might cry when you sing when I hear.
Out. I did a song with Image of Deceit, which I have to message him because I don't know where the fuck it went. Over a year ago, I put vocals on it. So I'm like, I think I'm going to message him and be like, can I re-record? Because my voice is obviously not the same at all now. Yeah.
I might cry hearing your vocals on this song with Heaven Is Alive. Just be like, I'm going to get chills. I'm excited.
That's going to be fun. Now I have a song in the works with JT.
Awesome.
You guys should be able to hear a little snippet on the 26th. He's working on it right now.
Sick.
Yes, he's I fucking love the guy. His vocals are just amazing. Another one that you should check out, Rob. I think you and JT working on something together would be pretty fucking epic.
That'd be sick. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, I think if we do something like that, when we get together and I'll be like, hey, I can kind of help play guitar or write. And I think, like, for me, like, it's like, and I think Melody can relate to, like, we've stepped aside from music for a while, from different experiences. So now jumping back in. And the big thing is, it's like, you're only as good as the last thing you did. And, you know, it's more like what you've done for you lately.
I was going to say, that's a horrifying thought, because in the music world, the last thing that I actually did was trash.
Well, the last thing I did, I can't have any association with, so I feel that. But the big thing is, like...
You don't feel that, because mine was Dark Angel, and nobody should feel that. And Danny's... Nobody should feel that either. I promise, guys. Don't even go close to it.
No.
I mean...
Please
I
don't.
mean, I think Juan and Melanie both understand where I'm coming from on that. But like the big thing is like now that we, but the thing is like,
It's really bad.
but the thing is like now that you step into it, it's like if you're not doing it often, you're not putting out music often. That makes it to where.
Susie's face now was like, excuse me, she's gonna be on YouTube going, let's try to find these bad things. You don't want to find the bad things.
I left them on my YouTube channel simply because it's, for me, it's part of my story. It's that starting point of being like, this is how bad it was when I first tried.
I still hear Robert Rosenthal. I don't know if you're still here, but he will attest to it. Everybody that heard me do Dark Angel gave me such a bad review, and that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing music, because I was like, do I suck?
And the sad part is like I have heard firsthand what it could sound like, because that's something that's kind of an introduction that Melanie and I both had together.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like oh man, what it could have been great.
She played me the other version that, you know, he who shall not be named didn't have his hand on. Sounded great.
That's me. That's me.
Absolutely.
That was me.
I loved it. It sounded so much fucking better. And then we got what we got. And I'm just like,
you're like, what happened? Like, why?
And he's sending that out to everybody, going, "What do you think on 1 to 10?" And people are like, "Oh, she sounds horrible." And I'm like, "Oh,
yeah." And then
oh my
god!
god!
I mean,
oh my god! No, stop! No.
And the sad part is like the person that won't be named. I worked on a song for that person 9 years ago.
Ooh.
And other than the one that Melanie worked on with that project, that was one of that person's biggest songs.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm horrified on one aspect of that song, but other than that, but still, like Melanie has heard the work from that, so now we know that it wasn't really that long actually thinking about it, Melanie. It was like, do you want to do a song? And then there's a song. I think
it feels like it's too fresh still. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I'm
that's
thinking of people telling me you suck, and I'm like, oh no, but I disappeared for a while. Ask Danny.
I
ask
cried.
Amanda.
I cried.
Disappeared. I was like, nope, closed all social media.
In my defense, I told her that was the worst song she'd ever done, and that she doesn't actually suck that bad.
I cried. I cried when I heard it because I knew what it could have sounded like. That hurt. That's when you're like, I know. Again, I'm not saying this to be like cocky or nothing, but like, I know what it could have sounded like.
Yeah, absolutely. And that version sounded fantastic. Was it phenomenal? No, but it's because it was a rough. It was not a fully completed thing. But it sounded so much fucking better. And the potential for improvement there was high.
This was the best one.
And it
1,000
was
times.
And that song wasn't even like mixed and mastered. It was just put together better. I still have it.
Decides to rush a song.
Yeah, that was me saying, yeah, you want your stupid songs? There you go.
There you go.
Done in 5 minutes. I never thought he'd do what he did though. When he started sharing it everywhere, I was like, fuck. Fuck. Yep. And then people messaging me, what happened? You suck. Fuck y'all. Fuck
That's what happens with me a lot. Like, but no, but I think this will be a good year for everybody that was on the podcast and is on the podcast with the things that are coming up, like Nightfall and you know, and Ziggurat. There's going to be some amazing stuff.
Yes, so many people are doing big things. I mean, Susie's already like planning the ball at the end of the year. If you guys haven't seen her personal website, I mean, go visit. It's a whole visit, and I'm not even kidding. It's click here, click there. You'll visit a whole fucking place.
I love it.
This lady's imagination and her mind is definitely somewhere you want to get lost for hours.
I think
that's awesome.
Insanity.
We share that. We all share it.
Come
Danny
to my
also.
craziness. Come to my insanity.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
I choose chaos for a reason.
I'm really excited for everybody.
Yeah,
and like
I'm really excited for everybody.
I love the attitude behind the idea of doing collaborations without that huge expectation of like, oh well, yeah, I'll do it with you if you pay me $500. It's more of the, oh yeah, if you help me with music production, I can help you with like your TikTok algorithm shit, or I can help you with lyrics, or another person can be like, yeah, I'm really good at writing melodies. I love that because that brings in those passions from the different people.
Yeah,
We all know
Especially
some
too with, like,
people
those-
need it, right, Rob?
Yeah, I mean,
collabs and stuff, making it easy for like if Rob said, "Hey, Juan, I want you on. Can you lay down some tracks on a song?" and I would be like,
Oh
"Yeah, I'll
no,
do it."
here
You know, I
comes
don't want
skateboard
nothing out of it. Let's just put it out.
Jenny.
I feel like we can make it easier than put it out because really, once I started doing collabs, and like I said, I'm not even a real singer. My thing is guitar.
Yep.
But once I did a one vocal collab, then it became two, then it became three, then it became
yeah,
other options. All of a sudden, like the end of 2023 and beginning of 2024, the floodgates opened, and
yeah.
for all kinds of opportunities. And so, I think for me, I want to just get me out there, or let the day perish out there. And if Rob is willing to, uh, put Juan on his thing, like
And I am.
and I'm okay with that. And likewise, if I ever see an opportunity for Rob to come on, or any other musician to come on,
Yeah.
a
Well, a
female
lot of
vocalist on one
people,
of my parts, man, I'm down for it.
a
So
lot of
yeah,
people are not down for covers though, and
yeah,
I understand the original work is great, but I'm not a hater of covers.
No, I mean, but the thing is, it's even hard to get people like. I mean, even Juan and I, the thing we did is a collab. It's not a cover. We
Yeah.
wrote this thing together.
yeah.
So it's him and I traded off guitars and riffs and
Yep.
pizza and figured it tried to figure a song together. That's literally
Well,
what it was.
we did the
Guitars,
same
producing,
song.
and pizza.
Yeah.
The song that you guys hear at the beginning is the song I'm trying to write, and I had such the biggest fucking block. I couldn't write anything, and it took a night of having Rob here, me, Rob, and Manda just sitting
Aw.
here, just brainstorming, and everything came out.
Aw.
I'm still unsure of the melody because I don't know how it's gonna come out. But if we're
I'm
working
unsure if
on,
my song sounds good. I'm gonna be honest. No, I'm proud of it. No, seriously.
Next
All
time
jokes
I
aside.
see him, I promise I will punch him, guys. I will punch him.
Fair enough.
No, but aside from all the jokes and stuff, but I think that's the thing. Like you just heard, like you're wearing the shirt. If I'm correct, Juan, you're wearing the shirt of one of the people you collab with, right? Yeah.
Testimony of Apocalypse.
So he is repping the very thing. It's a no pun intended, a testimony of what can happen if we work together.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's all I can say is yes. You're right. So yeah.
So
Sorry, life of a mother.
Oh, I get
oh yeah, yeah.
I get that.
Well, I don't want to keep y'all anymore. I think I got to get back to working on these songs, work on this cover with Melanie. So
Let's go, Rob.
and Juan, let's talk. I'll be back in Norfolk in a couple weeks.
Anybody
Okay.
here or anybody watching, if you guys want to link up and try to get this little group started, let me know. I'll start a group.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm in.
See what happens with everything. You know what I mean?
I think I'm shy.
As long as everybody's there to help each other as much as we want to get helped.
Exactly.
I don't know what I contribute with other than like help with. I think the only thing I'm really good for, I'll be honest, is like maybe production of the song or add a little guitar to something. So like if anybody, like I got songs that are in the demo phase more than anything. And I think that's the thing that I struggled with.
You have songs in the demo phase. You okay, Danny?
My cat decided she needed to turn into Superman with a crash landing.
Oh man.
You didn't see me jump about 5 minutes ago? The dog attacked the cat.
Yep.
The cat scratched my leg. Yeah, I think my knee is pretty scratched up right now, but it is what it is. They're stupid animals. I love them.
But yeah,
But
include
Rob
me in that
has-
group. I'm gonna leave because I got
Yes.
kids and animals.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
The chaos, I'm telling you. She comes in with the chaos and leaves with the chaos.
I mean-
fucking love her.
There's got to be chaos, though, right?
Yeah.
This is great.
I'm too calm.
Without chaos, it is boring.
I am very calm. I'm Aquarius, very calm, and so I need the chaos. Manda's my life chaos, and Danny.
Oh, fuck shit up.
Danny's my internet. Like, you know, she's always been one of the driving forces behind the podcast. All
That's
jokes
awesome.
aside, I wouldn't have started it without her. So,
Aw.
but
Look,
definitely,
it's getting late.
Yes.
I got to bounce out of here. But Melanie,
Yes.
I want to. Oh, hold on.
Oh, see, everybody's cramping up now. We've been sitting down for too long. We're getting old, guys.
I'm getting old.
Too old. Must move. Must move. If I don't move now, I'll never move
Lord.
again.
Look, thank you for having me on again. And I want to really say that, like, I'm really proud of you, of everything you've done with the NYXUS podcast and everything else that you're doing.
Yes.
To put out the amount of videos that you guys put out in the, actually, what, a year-ish? A little over a year?
A year and 5 months, yes.
It's amazing to me. It really is. And so you know, that's a lot to be proud of, you know. And so I congratulate you for that. And I'm super proud of you. And and we at Let the Day Perish absolutely love you. And we credit a lot of who we are today because of you giving us the opportunity when we're such a new band. And so we're, you know, we highly favor you. And so so keep grinding, girl, man. It's awesome, man. Keep grinding. And yeah, just keep killing it, man. And you're gonna go far, super far. So
thank you, Juan. I really appreciate
you're very welcome. And thanks for having us. Thanks for sharing our new song, and it's good to meet everybody. Yeah, it's good to meet everybody, and you guys will see me around. I'm really down for the that collab thing, helping each other out and stuff
I'll
like
start
that.
a chat up and
Yeah.
see where it goes.
Yep, you guys know where to find me.
Absolutely.
Well, I especially do. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, Juan, let's talk. Seriously, seriously though, let's talk. Seriously.
Yeah, we will for sure.
Rob is like everybody's little brother.
He is.
Am I? Am I?
He is, man. He is.
Is that a compliment?
Absolutely is.
Great compliment.
Because I'm gonna punch you next time I see you. Definitely like a little brother.
But
I guess that makes sense.
I'm gonna bounce out of here again. Thanks.
Love you, Juan.
You guys, I love you guys. Everybody watching and hanging out with us. I love you guys, and man, just keep grinding, girl. We love you, man. Keep killing it.
Promise.
So, all right.
Love you, Juan.
Love you guys.
Have a good one,
We'll see you.
Nice meeting you.
Good to meet you too.
So it's a beautiful thing, you know. You get to 100 episodes, and then you create something new. We're gonna create a little group of support, you know.
It's always progress moving forward, you know.
So it's
there's always steps back, and that's always something that, you know. Like I said earlier, I'm glad I have Manda because something sets me back a few steps, and then she pushes me again. You know, go. Oh, we lost Susie.
So it's the two of us. We can make it if we try. Technically 3 because Manda's there. So.
Oh, she's back.
I'm back.
It happens.
Hey, hey.
Press the wrong button. It's so easy to
I
kick
totally
yourself
pressed
out.
the wrong button, but I'm blaming the poltergeist.
Oh, yep.
It was absolutely the poltergeist.
All right, I'm with you. Well, that's awesome. Well, I'm probably. Go ahead.
Go work on your music. Go work on my cover.
It was nice meeting you too. Feel free to send me your message me with your music, Suzanne.
Sure.
So and anybody that sees this, like, you can put me in the chat. I mean, I can offer guitar, except for the solos. I can't do solos, but I can offer guitar and production. So, and I guess if you
production,
could,
I might hit you up on. I
nice.
I actually am my guitarist.
Nice.
And now I'm my singer too. So.
Record everything and get someone to mix and master. It'll be easier.
Yep. That's what I do right now. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously.
That's what our group is going to do. We're going to be able to, even if it's just to send a video, hey guys, I have a new release out. Can you help me? It's not hard.
Well, one of the other things we were talking about is trying to get a group of like bands together.
Yep.
so that we can be like, hey, Rob's got a song out, everybody share Rob's stuff. You know,
Yeah.
and you know, Melanie's got a new song out, everybody share Melanie's stuff, so that we can start leveraging each other's fan bases.
But
You
like
know,
we said,
that
it only
was
works
something else we were talking about too.
if everybody's ready to put in the work. And I'm not gonna lie, like I'm a pretty tough boss on myself, and you know what I mean. I put in my work. I
Right.
do a lot, you know, and
You
I
know-
would love to help other people do it, as long as they're ready to help themselves and
You
help
know,
other
it's-
people. You know,
I don't ever like being a pessimist about things, but being realistic with what I've experienced is like one of the hardest things. Is like as many times as I've tried to do that over 15 years, very rarely has it ever been something that's ever happened. It takes a lot of work to build that community. So like the consistency is something that the people involved with the group would have to be involved with whatever way they can. You know, at least being communicating.
You don't need a group of 100 people.
No.
A tight-knit group that's ready to help each other out. And you know, we'll talk more of that, like, you know, in our group and stuff like that. But obviously if somebody comes in and we don't see any participation, we don't see any help,
Then we will publicly shame that bastard. I mean,
Well, at
we'll
least I
send
could
them
say
to
that
Danny
with-
Rose. Just go to Danny Rose. Go to
at
Susie.
least at least one of the things I can at least say is like with the songs that I have a collaboration with, and at least that's like my proof of like, oh yeah, he can do it. Because that's kind of my fear right now. It's like I'm so like imposter syndrome. It's like, are people gonna like it? Are people gonna be like, no, you should have never worked with that guy? You know, and I was like, oh boy, I'm worried about that. So
Okay,
you know,
if once we're done this, whoever's watching, go on YouTube, type Life Renewed, and go listen to this guy's music. Seriously, there's that one song, Rob. You know what I'm talking about.
yeah, that song's special. I actually forgot to put up the stream video of the instrumental of the last song, Ground Zero. I made it made loosely, but I made an instrumental version of it, so I'll just put that on my Facebook so people can at least hear. I love that song because it has no vocals, which means you can enjoy the music. And I think that song, the instrumentals are beautiful, honestly.
Go work on my music. I mean, yes, Rob, yes.
Nice meeting you, Sam. Message me.
That sounds great, Rob, but is the song done yet? Is it?
Is my song done?
Is her song done yet?
Are we still talking? And where's Manda's song? That's what we want to know.
I'm trying to work on a country-esque song. I don't think I am good enough for it.
We're bringing the alternative.
How can it's GCD, literally. That's every country song ever. How can you not be good enough?
Hey,
to
maybe
do
Susie
GCD?
can help you. See, there's
But here's the thing.
GCD, she says. GCD.
Do you see this? I'm a metal guitar player. I'm supposed to be playing Killswitch Engage. Me going like this. It's hard. Simple cells. Like, I'm not Nickelback. I'm sorry. But I wish I could be Nickelback. Like, Sweet Home Alabama. Like, that's hard. That's a hook.
So I actually have the Variax, so I can even give you like banjo sounds on it. Let's go.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, we're gonna build a country song.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We're gonna
The
build a country
alternative.
song, and my name never goes on it.
Well, the thing is, I wrote a country rock song for somebody, and they're like, actually, I'll send it. I'll send it to Manda because it's more like a country rock song.
Beyonce.
This ain't Texas. No.
Hey, shut the fuck up. It sounds like the intro from Franklin, the cartoon. Hey, it's Franklin. That's what it fucking sounds like.
She's probably big enough to. She's probably big enough.
Fucking Texas.
She's probably big enough to just rip off people and not get in trouble.
Ugh.
It's fine.
But it doesn't mean that she should be singing country. So.
Shut it down.
Yeah, no.
Make it stop.
We make it stop.
Oh, look, there we go. Now we're going country.
Wait,
Watch
wait.
out. She
We
broke
got
out
country.
the acoustic.
Well, I was raised on
She can play country music. No, you
Wait,
can't.
wait, I gotta play it again.
Things.
You should probably wait until I tune this damn thing.
See?
That messed up.
Yeah.
Country is obviously not my thing.
Well,
Neither is, it's not my thing either.
That is a whale.
It might not be your thing, but I feel like you can play a dig or two.
Wait, what was that? It might not be my thing, but don't ever play it again? Is that what you said?
No.
Thank God you don't have to tell me twice.
I did put that on my Facebook. Be like, that might be your thing, but don't ever play it again. I don't know why. That was the funniest thing I've heard all day.
They don't get to choose.
It's okay. We'll do a alternative. Don't worry. Yeah. If y'all don't play for her, I'm gonna learn, and it's gonna sound bad. So please help.
But actually, Amanda, did I message you back? Because you told me one of the songs. Yes, I do.
Did he message
Yes, I
you
did.
back?
Yeah, Rob loves
Okay.
me. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He
So-
loves me. He's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yes. So we got to do that cover to see if I can pull it off.
Yeah. See, Robert's in love with this. Yeehaw. I'm
You know
telling
what? You know what I'm gonna do? Actually, this is what we're gonna do. I want to do a TikTok reel with one of my songs where I put cowbell. And it's just Rob, not me, but Robert Rosenthal with the cowbell.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
He's gonna say a monologue for me while he's playing the cowbell, and that's gonna be the video. TikTok.
I love it.
Right there. The monologue's gonna be like, I'm here on Rob's song. Go check out Concert Junkies with Rob and John.
It's getting late, guys.
Yeah.
We're getting delusional.
I'm
Early start.
I mean, we've been delusional. We're just letting the demons out.
the minute I became delusional, the minute I had dreams to be a musician.
Yeah, now, come on, Melanie. You know as well as the rest of us know, the more creative than what you are, the more your brain is broken.
Absolutely.
Very true. I need to be super creative then. Like they always say, like those that are creative have definitely something like the other parts of their life are suffering. So I must be really creative.
We can tell.
With that being said, I'm gonna bow out.
Love you, Rob.
Suzanne.
Rob, it was very nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. Feel free to message me if you want me get to do some work. And love you, Melanie. Congratulations again to 100 episodes. Thank you so much for all the work you've done for the community. Thank you, Amanda, for being a rock for Melanie and keeping supporting. And I guess all of us need to do songs together in one way or another, and then it'll be like the NYXUS records.
Right.
Oh yeah, and Chaotic Rose. Message me if you want to do a song too. If I have anything that's good, I have a bunch of demos.
Daddy has a lot of lyrics.
Hey, there's a dog.
Yes, that's Ghost.
Bye, Ghost.
Ghost, Game of Thrones. This is Ghost.
Awesome. All right, y'all. It's been a pleasure, y'all. Like I said, thank you so much for everything you do with the podcast. And yeah, I'm looking forward to some messages. If anyone wants to work done.
Rob.
Have a great
Hey.
night. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. Bye.
Somebody wants attention, guys.
Who? Who could possibly want attention?
I don't know. Maybe this guy. Dude.
Oh my goodness.
I can't pull him off of me. He keeps trying. Okay, Ghost, you good. Stop. Amanda grabbed him. Like, come on,
dog, come on. So I noticed that every time I'm on the show, I'm always the last one standing.
I mean, everybody's tired of me. No, everybody's tired.
I'm right. Can't threaten me with a good time.
Rob's like, I had enough of this. Good. No. We've had a good night. I mean, we've been on for like 2 hours and 45 minutes now.
Yeah, I apologize. I had to miss that the first little bit there.
No worries. We had like full boxes at one point. It looked like the
nice.
Brady Bunch. Like everybody was just sitting there talking over each other. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Cool.
It's been chaos. Everybody's like, how we're running the episode. I was like, just Do it.
Yep. We're just gonna do it. We're just
Do
gonna
it.
figure it out. No, that's awesome. I'm glad. First, congratulations again. I know I
Thank you.
congratulated you. But yeah, congratulations. This is awesome.
Thank
100
you.
episodes. You've hit the podcast centennial.
Yes, yes. And I mean, I'm sure I've missed some. I'm sure I've done more that I lost the list at one point, so I had to go back in all my recordings.
I know
Oh, my cousin. Oh my God, Dana. I
Hi,
love
Dana.
you too. I love you too. That's a nice surprise.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, it's 100 episode is pretty crazy.
It is. I know. On the radio, I don't even know where I'm at on the radio show because I quit counting. But after a while, it's just like, huh? I'm just done counting.
I think it's somebody else. Somebody else was like, "Oh, on my like 30th episode," and I was like, "I wonder how much episodes I." And then I started counting, and I was like 97. Holy shit! Okay, so we'll do something at 100. So.
Nice. Yeah, I should shoot you my
Thank you, Dana.
email too at one point. So if you get anybody, because I don't. Let's see. This is going to come out exactly the way I don't want it to come out, but I'm going to say it anyway because why the hell not? I honestly don't care. I don't have any genre preferences when I do the interviews and stuff on my radio show. So if anybody's looking for PR or anybody needs some plays on a licensed station, send them over. I guess that's a thing that I could throw into the collab group too. It's like, hey, we'll interview musicians for food or something.
Absolutely.
Right.
Robert does interviews too, and I don't believe in a competition world like between podcasters. Like I don't believe that I'm gonna keep my artists for myself. I mean, we're all doing this for the same reason, is to share the world and
Oh, I know. It's not like I wanted to be a DJ. Shh. I did it to help my friends.
I don't understand the whole gatekeeping mentality of no, those are my bands. No, take him. Do interviews.
Take my band, please.
Like, all of them. I'm happy when I see the bands on other interviews, and like the more interviews for the band, the better it is.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I don't see an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Any band that has worked with me, I definitely will send them your way. If
absolutely,
it's all in networking. It's all stuff that we can't do. We can do alone, but it's not. It's not fun. I don't. I'd rather do it well with a team than to do it everything myself.
Right.
Well, I love my Peput so much. My godson. I haven't seen them in over 2 years now, so
right.
Yeah, I miss them. I miss home.
I know, right? It's you're quite away from home too, right? Because you're Canadian.
Yes,
French Canadian.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely. Sepsis. Absolutely, send all the bands our way. You know our love.
And I just shot you my email on
Awesome.
Messenger. So you can, if anybody's looking for anything, it's a 2 hour. Well, you know me. You've met me once or 100 times. Like my interviews aren't really interviews because no one cares, right? No one cares. How did you get your band name? No one cares. How did you tell us about the new album? No one cares. But what I do try and do is do more of a two friends having coffee, having a chat over coffee, and most of the bands really seem to appreciate it. Also because I have way too much going on in my life to try and write out a bunch of interview questions, so bullshitting is easier.
I like to just let it go where it goes, and like I have like my list of questions because some bands actually don't like to come on and be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some bands that can we know the topics? Can we know can we have a list of questions in advance? And I'll send them the questions.
Sure.
If you want to know, I could keep it very professional, very on your band, or we could, be a little more like, if there's a zombie apocalypse, which member of your band's gonna die first? Some stupid shit like that.
The bassist. Always the
Bass.
bassist.
Yeah, usually always the bass.
I know, right?
It's that hand again. It appeared. That was during the Fear Factor one day. The Fear podcast one day. She came out of nowhere and put her hand on my head. But it was about, like, the movie was about, like,
Mm-hmm.
So it was very scary. She's trying to tell me it's time for bed.
No, I'm trying to say something.
What do you want?
Nobody knows what goes on behind the scenes of this podcast. The blood, sweat, and tears that she puts into this podcast is her baby. This is so everybody that's been involved has touched all of us. I thank each and every one of you, because it means a lot to her. Since she's been here, she don't have a whole lot other than us. Everything's back home in Canada, so...
Man, I made it this far without getting teary-eyed, like, why?
For this many people to show up and show out for something that means this much to her, I thank all of y'all.
Absolutely.
Man, I'm proud of you, baby.
I made it all this time without crying, and now you gotta make me cry. Don't show weakness. I'm just kidding. I'm an emotional person.
I was going to say, it was well timed.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Love you too, Robert. This podcast has brought a lot, because before I started this podcast, it was really rough down here for me. Very lonely. And now I have a whole fucking family. So it's beautiful. I'm doing bigger things that I've ever done back home. It's crazy what you can do with a little bit of confidence and a push, It's incredible. But we're going to go a lot deeper into that. I'll plug it again. On the 26th of May, when I'm going to be doing a lot of this, talking with my friend JT on his podcast, because he's going to be picking at all of this in here. So you guys probably don't want to miss that. It's all happy tears. Used to be very sad tears, but right now it's all happy tears. It's beautiful to see what I could accomplish. I never thought I could do this. And after a year and a half, I think I finally believe in myself. So thank you. We will have that little group, though. I think it's important to feel a bit of love, to feel a bit of somebody's got your back,
Right.
Even if it's just 2 more people sharing your post, it's 2 more people sharing your post.
Exactly. And it's actual. One of the arguments that I always get into with the music scene around here is a lot of the people are like, well, we're helping the bands. I'm like, are you though? Because the bands are going with the same promoters, they're playing at the same show, the same clubs with the same other bands, and the only people that are staying are the only people at the shows are the other bands, because there's this weird unwritten rule in Pittsburgh that if you're the opening act, you have to stay through the headliner, and if you're the headliner, you have to show up for the opening act and stay the whole night. And it makes no sense, because you're not gaining new fans. You're not playing in front of new people.
Yeah.
You're just keeping everybody where they are with this illusion of a good crowd. And I made the conscious choice many, many years ago. I made the conscious choice to follow in my father's footsteps, not my mother's. Because my father was always out making a difference. He was always out helping people. He was always out doing something and trying to create. He did it with administration and a fire company and stuff like that. Not my gig, not my jam. But, I want to do that in the music world. Yeah, it'd be nice to make a living in music. It's probably not going to happen at this point. But I can make a difference and help some people out.
Absolutely.
And that's why I'm still a DJ, because I can bring people on and give them a little bit extra publicity. I apparently get a decent audience. I don't But
Well, you know, you see
rumor has
people.
it. Rumor has it.
You see people here tonight, like that are coming in the chat, like Manda said. Everybody that's coming to sepsis is one of the big reasons why I blew up. I think at first, they have a community, and I was there as a fan of their music, of what they
Right.
do. I mean, they have a whole business. The whole very interesting. Like the how they built their band, how they built their brand, who they are, how they stay true to who they are. I mean, William is one of the most opinionated person I think I have met in a long time, and I love it. I fucking love it. He has a show. It's called, I think it's Will Against the World, or William Against the World. It's fucking brilliant. I love it. He says his piece. Like on a like he is who he is, you know? And they made me realize, holy shit, there is a community out there. There is, like, you know, and after all, like, these years of following them, and that's by discovering them through a friend of mine, Mike Stover. When I was doing music, we had a double header that night for interviews. It was my band and it was Sepsis. So since that day, I was like big fan of them.
Mike Stover from the Stoverload podcast.
Yes, yes, yes.
The world is becoming very, very small.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny because I actually have two Michael Stovers on my feed.
Oh.
There's Michael Stover from formerly of the Stoverload podcast. Yes. There's also here in Pittsburgh, MTS Management.
There's another
also
Michael
Stover.
Ooh.
And he actually, great guy. I'm going to plug him, even though total opposite music of whatever we listen to tonight. But he actually, I reached out to him like 2 weeks ago, I think. I'm like, hey, Mike. Yeah, hey, Michael, I have like 0 people lined up for May. Do any of your acts need interviews? He had my entire May filled within a day or two.
I mean, if you have issues booking, like, you know, sometimes it happens. It just doesn't. I'm booked right now till the end of June.
Nice.
I mean,
as am I now.
Whenever you need, I'll share my list. I don't gatekeep. I don't care. I have over 100 episodes lined up now. So, you know, just the guys that were here tonight, Keith, Dwayne.
Oh, absolutely. You put us all on that list. Like I said, I'll interview everyone. It sounds terrible to say I don't care, but I don't mean it in that way.
Yeah.
You know, I literally, like, I don't care about the genre.
Yep.
I care that you're a musician, and I care that you're talented, and I care that you're good. Most of all, I care that you're a decent person and not me. But, you know.
Yep.
But I don't really care what the genre is. I don't care if I even like the music. Because you know damn well as a musician, you can listen to something and go,
you don't even
this person is extremely talented and I hate the end product. You know?
Absolutely. Look at Danny Rose. Danny, if you hear, I love you. But that one song that she did, like that we were talking about, I love that girl's voice. And then she did that song and I was like, what was that? Like,
I did it with the
why?
my moment like that is actually an entire album, actually EP.
Oh, ouch.
Because I did. So I don't know if I told you this story. Oh my God, this is hysterical. I'm gonna get in so much trouble at some point. But when we were recording House of Gregory Chapter 2, you know, I'm getting all excited. I get the vocal tracks back from the singer. We're in the studio. We start playing it, and my engineer turns around and looks at me and goes, was she drunk face down in a coat closet when she recorded this? And I'm like, you know, sure sounds like she was drunk face down in a coat closet. So when I released the EP a couple of years ago, in 21 actually now, I was like, well, I can sound drunk face down in a coat closet. I'm going to start doing my own singing. It was better than her, or it was better than what she said. I actually liked her vocals on the first album, although a lot of people don't seem to. I liked her vocals on the first album. The second album, like we had to cut out. One of my friends listened to the album. He's like, "Where's all the guitar?" I'm like, "Well, we had to EQ a lot to get the vocals to work. It was ugly, but so yeah, that's actually why I started singing. Loveless Ruminations, which is the newest one, which is the one I think that I hopefully just sent you because apparently I'm a terrible person and forgot to send it to you. That one is I actually did better, and even just like the vocal, my vocal coach, just from where I was at the end of Loveless Ruminations to where I am now is even better. So I'm looking forward to actually singing on my own opera now, which is not a thing that
I mean, I'm excited to hear that. And as Danny said, she is classically trained. So if
Mhm.
you need anything, just message Danny. I'm glad that Danny's coming back also in the music world.
Mhm.
I cannot wait.
Well, you know, we can't not be in the music world because it's what we do, right? So we can't not be in the music world. We can't not.
Well, you know, when you've
Do the thing.
dabbled, that's it. When you've dabbled in it, when we live music. That's how me and Manda met, is through music.
Mhm.
One of the only songs I wrote with my old band, most of the songs were his, like
Mhm.
the guitar player. I just
Right.
kind of came in and laid vocals, and I wrote 1,000 times, which was for Manda, and I was so proud of that song. And then we rewrote it, and Javier, our producer and guitar player back then, he made like a whole story out of it, like the rain and the door closing and the stories finished. It was so beautiful. And then Adam Gontier shared it on Instagram, and I think that was the moment where I lost my fucking shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's fucking, that's my song on his Instagram, you know? So I need to get back to that.
Mhm.
I need to get back to that confidence. And I think slowly the podcast brought, the confidence back in.
Well, it's funny. It's confidence spreads. You know, you start gaining confidence in one area, and then you're like, well, I can do this. Well, I can do that. Well, I can do the other thing. And it's lack of confidence is the same. Like if everything's going really well and something collapses, it's like, well, then this is going to collapse, and then that's going to collapse, and then it's this constant build.
I never would have
I get
done
it.
this videos like 2 years ago. Never would have thought I was gonna be on video like this.
Mhm.
And then, well, fast forward to this Saturday where I'm gonna be on stage hosting a show.
Nice.
Never thought I would be doing that, and I thought that was just part of Carolina promotions. And CJ comes up and he's like, "Yeah, so you want to host the Avalon Rock Fest?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Mhm.
And then we stopped talking, and I looked at Amanda and I was like, how am I gonna do this? I have stage fright.
Mhm.
If I'm not singing, I can sing, but I can't speak. When I speak, I start getting sweaty, and so it's gonna be really fun this weekend.
Mhm.
Really fun. I don't know. Everybody's like, just do like you do the podcast. I said, well, I'm not hidden behind my camera and my lights.
I mean, the thing that helps me with public speaking is, and this is like backwards from every other piece of advice you'll ever get, but you're supposed to like scan the room, right? Scan the audience. I always try and lock eyes with different people in the audience, because then it's like I'm talking to one person.
Yeah.
And then that helps me tune out everyone else.
That's good. It's a good. Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, I have faith in you. I know you'll do an amazing job.
Thank you.
And I mean, that's all that counts, right?
I'm there to have fun. We're there to get money for puppies, the Blue Ridge Humane Society, and boxer butts and other mutts. So I mean, it's all
Nice.
for puppies. So it's
Bring me back a German Shepherd. Anyway.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to close the episode. It's getting late. I'm getting sleepy. But we're gonna be back. I think we're gonna do this maybe once a month.
Nice.
On a Wednesday like that, just to have kind of a brainstorming and shit talk. But I will add you to the group, and if anybody's watching this now or later, whatever, you know the deal. Just send me a DM and we'll add you.
Amy Gould from Eden on Fire, because somebody had mentioned Eden on Fire earlier in the show, in the chat. Or not.
Well, Amanda pressed the button, and now Susie's gone. Hi guys. I just messaged Susie to tell her I'm back.
My bad.
She tried to be nice and give me my mouse pad, and boop. And got kicked out. I just told Susie I'm back. I don't know if she's gonna come back into the chat, guys, but I mean, we've gone over 3 hours. Thank you so much. Everybody that's been here, in and out, all night. There she is.
Sorry. I figured you were like, yeah, I gotta go. And then I'm like, wow, she really meant it.
No, Amanda was like, oh, here, I found your mouse pad, because I've been using just my writing pad, and she grabbed my mouse, and there's a button on my mouse with the back button.
Yep.
So it sent me back, and I was like, she looked up, she's like, oh, I said, uh-oh, I came back, you were gone. I said, she's gone. So Amy, yes, Amy was here earlier.
Oh, well, how did I miss Amy? We're like buds.
She had an interview at 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But Amy Gould was, she was actually the one that I was talking to about doing something very similar.
Awesome. So we'll just add Amy. And
yeah, so we'll definitely want to add Amy.
Cool. Talk to her, and I'll do a messenger group. That way we'll start adding people there, and we'll see if we need to maybe migrate to like Discord or WhatsApp, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll start with. Absolutely, Robert. I'll add you for sure. We'll start with Messenger, and then we'll see if we need to. But yes, talk to Amy if she wants to jump in.
Oh, I already talked to her, and she already does, so we're good.
There we go.
we got girlfriend only that she actually lives about 2 hours north of me.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
So
That's
we've
really cool.
we've actually the fencing school. Yeah. Every now and again, in Sue's little world of wayward bands, Emmy Suzani comes in and does photo shoots. So Amy's band actually did a photo shoot down at my. Actually, it's like all of the stuff that's on Facebook now from Eden on Fire. It was that were photographed. All those pictures were taken at my fencing school.
Oh, very nice, nice. Well, if we make it to the Yule Ball this year, you're gonna, if of course, if I'm allowed to bring my camera, because we also have NYXUS photography now, and
Please do.
Amanda's taking more of a hand in that now. I used to take a lot of the pictures, but I'm kind of trying to give the camera to her now, so she gets media and she goes and have fun.
Yeah, no, you guys should definitely come up. You can crash at my house. Don't have to
Awesome.
worry about a hotel. I
Yeah.
live within walking distance. You can get plastered. It's great.
Fuck yeah. We'll definitely talk about that now, because it seems like we're all going to become besties.
Yay!
Well, thank you for coming, Susie. I appreciate it so much.
You are so welcome, Melanie. Congratulations again. Great job.
Thank you.
And, anyway. But yeah, let me know if you need anything. I definitely in on the collab group, and I mean, I'm actually a bookkeeper, so if any of these bands need like real world help, I can do that thing.
You know, we need everything and anything that we can get. We all have like secret talents, and Danny's really good at doing arts and stuff like that. I do everything for the podcast, so. If I can help anybody, it'll be my pleasure to help. Amanda too. So
yeah, that's great. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Robert, I got you. I'm gonna add you. I'm gonna make the group right after this, just to get it going. And yeah, but I'll be back Friday.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be back Friday live. We're trying to figure out what's going on at 7 p.m. But you guys will see us go live on Saturday from the festival, so I could say hi to you guys from there.
Yay! All right. Have a great one.
All right. Good night,
Thanks for
everybody.
tuning in, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.